Missanelli, Mike Missanelli Show on the air on a beautiful Wednesday, hot Wednesday, General Knowledge Wednesday, trade deadline, T-minus a day and a half until we actually get something done here. Amy Fadul with me today. Hello, Amy.
Good morning.
Good morning. We are obsessed with this trading deadline, Amy.
That we are.
Phillies and the trade deadline. Will they or won't they make a deal? And if the deal they make, will it be wholly satisfactory to everybody?
I mean, that's a two-part question. The answer is yes, they will make a deal, and no, it will not be wholly satisfactory to everybody. Come on.
You're confident that they will make a deal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very confident.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I'm not so confident.
No?
I don't know. I don't know why. Today
they're going to stand
they got
pat?
David Robertson, and then they couldn't make a deal because the price was too high, and the owner said you can't pay an arm and a leg and all this stuff, and I'm not so sure they're going to make a deal. And I'm worried about
I don't know.
Because if they don't make a deal, they don't win anything. They make a deal, there's no guarantee they're going to win something either, but if they make a deal, it gets them closer
Right.
to actually doing something.
I can't.
You're feeling it.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go down the list here. Because Clase is out, all right? He's put on the restricted list with the gambling thing. I don't know what's going to happen with that. So that means Stephen Kwan's probably also out, although they could make a deal just for him. Eugenio Suarez remains a possibility, even though he got his hand nailed by a pitch.
X-rays negative. I'll note that.
Yes, X-rays were negative.
Okay.
So, but he's probably, going to be on the mend for a little bit, week or so. But you like this deal. I'm sensing that you like this Eugenio Suarez deal.
I like the idea of a Eugenio Suarez. I just there's some needs they have there. They have two glaring needs, right? You're relieving. There's no question. There's no question you need a reliever. Probably that's a multiple. You probably need multiple relievers, but the bare minimum, one reliever, probably two, and you got to get a little bit more pop. And Suarez gives you more pop.
All right. If they only got pop, would you be satisfied?
No, not with.
So if they only got pop, you don't believe this team can win?
I think they could win a series as it stands right now. I think
Okay.
you've got three starters to get you through a series, and I think that would be. But no, I mean, there's just, if anything, the last 2 years, but last year glaringly so, and when you look at this year too. But if you want to go to the postseason, the bullpen was a real problem. It didn't get solved this year. It has not been solved. We saw that last night. Saw that last week. You saw that 2 months ago.
All right. If they acquire Eugenio Suarez, I love the Eugenio. Say it correctly.
Yeah, Eugenio.
Eugenio. The wheels are in motion for a lot of position changes, except I only would sanction one position change. And the position change I would sanction I'd have to have Kyle Schwarber play left field the whole time. Now, I know there's a lot of people that say, well, you move Bowa to first, you move Harper to left field, you do this, you do that. I don't think that you can move positions this late in the season and mess up the whole landscape. I think you can move one position. And this is, in this case, a guy who's actually played left field when they were in the playoffs pretty deep. So I would sanction that. If they got Suarez, I would be okay with Schwarber playing left field, and I'd just bite the bullet.
I'm with you on that.
Okay.
I'm with you. I do think there is some subscription to moving Harper out there to really kind of just really bolster everything. But I get it. Like, at this point in the season, are you really moving a guy that used to play right and now he's at first, and then you're going to move him again? Like, I don't know about that, but statistically, as far as the wear and tear on your body, left field is not as taxing as right field is.
All right, so with the Pirates being in play, David Bednar, Dennis Santana still in play. The Twins, Duran and Griffin Jacks could still be in play. I know Ray loves Griffin Jacks, right, Ray? That's the guy
Absolutely.
you want.
Well, I want Duran first, but I'm very much happy with Griffin Jacks.
Did you like Huggate last night?
I did like Huggate last night. That was fantastic.
Those guys were messing with everybody, and I appreciated it.
Very entertaining.
I'd like to get Duran, too, because he's hungry like the wolf.
Well done.
Thank you. In any event, my sense, my sense is that nothing big's going to happen. Here's why. The Phillies, they need a relief pitcher. They may be able to get a relief pitcher. I don't think it's going to be a relief pitcher of total significance. The Phillies' offense in the last 40 games, 6th in runs scored, 5th in OPS, 3rd in OPS. 5th in OBP, and 3rd in OPS.
Well, one of those reasons is you've got JT Realmuto hitting much better.
Yes.
right? And then you have Bryson Stott kind of coming on a bit, and Brandon Marsh. Like, those are guys. And I think when we talked earlier, in the season, it was like you heard from Dave Dombrowski, and you and I talked about it. Like, you're just waiting for those guys, somebody at the bottom of that lineup to start hitting. I don't know that it's sustainable, but at this point, JT's showed you that it has. I don't know about Bryson Stott, but they've shown you that, yes, when capable, they can be a good hitting team.
All right, so that means that the necessity is more with the bullpen piece than it is in the offense.
Yeah,
and I agree with you. But I just don't think they're going to get that big name reliever, that big late inning, high leverage guy who throws 100.
It was Clase.
Well, it was Clase. Well, now that's gone.
Ship sailed.
So this is what I mean. I think this David Robertson thing was a backup plan. And they're going to go, well, we get out of David Robertson. We're just going to have to pitch better. Our guys that we have are going to have to pitch better. And listen, here's the bottom line. They're going to come back with the same core next year. So the window isn't closing this year. I know a lot of people say, well, you got to win it this year because the window's closing. They're going to come back with the same crew next year. So the window's not going to be closed.
I mean, do you think they're going to have JT again?
I definitely think they're going to have JT.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, they better have Schwarber.
Absolutely, they have to sign JT, and absolutely, they have to sign Schwarber. So the same guys are coming back. So then they go, okay,
well, same right fielder, you think?
Well, he's got one more year, so I don't know. He
might to be traded this year.
Off-season trade.
Could be.
Off-season trade for Nick Castellanos, and then they continue to cultivate the prospects and sell you the prospects and sell you the future. That's the way I think it's going to happen. So I'm not thinking it's going to be a big name guy. I wish I had more optimism. I just don't feel it right now.
I don't know. I mean, the big name guys, as I mentioned, Clase is definitely one of them, but there aren't that many out there. Like, they're names that are people that are floating. Some of them are just pipe dreams. Like, their teams are not just going to give them up for pennies on the dollar. And we've seen in the past where you kind of go for that big player and maybe you give up prospects that you covet, or you don't give up those prospects and what it turns into. So I don't know. I mean, if you want to get one of the biggest names out there, or whomever you deem that to be, at what price? Like, what cost? Are you giving up one of your starting pitchers that's down in Lehigh Valley? Are you giving up your center fielder that's down in Lehigh Valley? Probably not. So I don't know what the return would be if you didn't give up something high priced. You got to give to get.
Ray Dunn with us today. Hello, Ray.
Good morning, Mike.
Ray, what are you feeling right now? Do they get it done or not?
Oh, I think they get at least one deal done. I'm more curious about what they do bat-wise, because I think they're going to spend the capital to go out and get a reliever. I think that's been a big, big focus of what they're trying to do. Now, while we all had the dreams of a Clase, of a Miller, of a Duran, do I think it's any of those three? Certainly not going to be Clase. I don't think Miller's available. Duran, right now, I think the price is going to be astronomical.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be of that ilk. Could they pivot, and the Helsley conversation we had yesterday becomes more likely, and they go with the rental because that's the best of what they could do? Is it Bednar? Those are probably your two ninth-inning options that I think feel most likely where they go at this point, given just the price tag on the best relievers in the market. Does that price them out of a bat, though? And that's kind of where I am right now. Is their priority so focused on relief pitching that they're not going to end up with a bat, or are they going to end up with a bat that we look at like, oh, they got someone, but is that really a game changer?
All right, so you believe they desperately need a bat?
I believe they need a bat. Absolutely.
Okay.
If August 1st comes and they don't have a bat, and listen, I'm not going to do the whole, hey, Justin Crawford, he's an addition at the deadline. I'm not doing it. You're not going to force me to do it. I knew exactly where you were going, Amy Fadul. I know what you're trying to do to me here.
I was like, what about?
No.
Would you take a bat over a reliever if you had to choose just one?
No.
All right, so you don't want Luis Robert Jr. would not be satisfactory to you if that's a guy they got.
If they got him, I mean, at this point,
yeah,
it depends what they give up. But sign me up for it. I need the right-handed bat. I need pop.
I think you got a right-handed Kepler. If you acquire him.
No.
Yeah, I do. That's what I feel.
That's fine.
I feel he's not going to be an answer.
That is a four-letter word.
Not going to be an answer. All right, so we got a full show today. It is General Knowledge Wednesday, and is when Amy's here on General Knowledge Wednesday, she serves as Ray's lifeline.
Yeah, but I've learned my lesson. I cannot make eyes at him or give anything away.
You can't give him a hint. You'll know
Poker
the answer.
face.
He has 3 lifelines for you.
Copy.
Now, our categories are general knowledge, musical acts by the letter P, and name a valid U.S. president?
You're just giving a name?
No. Like if I say to you, what presidents were born west of the Mississippi? Now, there are like 10 of them. You have to get 3 of them. Now, that's a hard question. I probably won't ask that kind of question. I'll ask an easier question.
I do know the presidents
You do?
quite well. Yes.
Uh-oh, Ray. She knows
I mean,
the
I know them in order.
She knows the presidents quite well.
I know the
Oh.
ones. I know that I can name all the presidents in order. There's some song that I sang when I was like in 8th grade.
Oh, yeah. We all,
You know what I
we all
mean?
did that song, yeah.
That's great.
Okay. Also, Jason Stark will join us today for some enlightenment on the trade deadline. He spoke with the owner of the Phillies on Starkville yesterday, so we'll get into what John Middleton had to say. And also, we'll have Larry Bowa coming on at 11:15. Not only to talk about the Phillies, but also to talk about his friend Ryan Sandberg, who unfortunately passed away and lost the battle with cancer. And I know Larry was very close to Ryan and feels the loss very deeply. So we're going to share some remembrances of Ryan Sandberg in addition to getting Larry's opinion on the Phillies. That's coming up. So full show today. Here's how you get into it. And the prize today is an unbelievable prize for General Knowledge Wednesday, even beyond my wildest dreams. The prize is a pair of tickets for the Phillies versus the Detroit Tigers this Friday. Now, that's an amazing prize. That's a great prize.
Well, yeah, it's alumni weekend.
I guess we could have done better if we gave tickets to the Savannah Bananas, but we had to decide on the Phillies versus the Tigers today as our prize.
I'm taking this prize if I win.
Absolutely. Well, you're not.
And this is
It's
Wall
alumni
of
weekend.
Fame night, right?
Yeah. Hall of Fame.
Friday.
It's
night.
Friday is Wall of Fame night.
Yeah, so you have Ed Wade.
There you go,
have
Jimmy Rollins. Fantastic prize.
Great prize.
Get in. 610-632-0975. All you got to do is answer a question correctly, and you'll qualify for the tickets. The Mike Missanelli Show with Amy today. We're back after this.
Hi, my name is Phil E., and for most of my
Mike Missanelli Show, 610-632-0975, Journal's Wednesday. Phillies Detroit Tigers tickets. Pretty good prize today. Yesterday I talked about my inheritance. And today I brought in the letter that verifies my inheritance that I have coming to me, Amy.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
Yes, it comes from Belgium.
Big windfall.
It's from Belgium.
Yeah.
And it came in a letter, was rerouted through France.
Well, you know it's legit then.
I am apparently in the running to inherit. Now, yesterday I was saying 99 million euros. I misread. I lost the decimal point. It's only 9,995,988 euros.
Well, it's very
only.
important to be under that 10 million euro mark because that's where they really get you on the estate tax.
Is that
No,
true?
I have no idea. You
know what the estate tax laws are in Belgium?
That's why it was routed through France. I think you have to go through France now.
Yeah. Okay. So just let me read one paragraph here. The people that think this is a scam. The guy says, my name is Arnaud Faubert, and I am a portfolio consultant based in Brussels, Belgium. Kindly accept my sincere apologies for the unsolicited nature of this communication, particularly as we have had no prior acquaintance. I write to you regarding a matter of considerable sensitivity and financial significance, specifically relating to an unclaimed permanent life insurance policy and an associated POD, payable on death savings deposit, in the amount of 9,995,980 euros. The policyholder, the late engineer Eldrick Missanelli,
Of course.
was a distinguished stockbroker and business magnate who regrettably passed away from heart failure. His wife, who predeceased him due to breast cancer, and the absence of any surviving children or known heirs, has rendered the policy benefits unclaimed. Despite exhaustive efforts to identify and contact the next of kin, no legitimate claimant has emerged to date.
Oh, and you're it. They found you.
In light of the above, and in the view of the fact that you bear the same surname as the deceased, I believe there may be a lawful basis upon which to present you as a potential beneficiary. Amy, your thoughts?
I mean, I think obviously you make the call to Mr. Is it Faubert?
Arnaud Faubert.
Faubert.
Arnaud Faubert.
Fake bear. Got it. So Faubert, I'm all over him.
Well, wait a minute.
Monsieur
Ray?
Faubert.
Ray, Google Naudbert, Naudbert, portfolio consultant. And tell me what pops up.
Wait, how do you spell Faubert?
Faubert is spelled Foubert, but the company is called Naudbert, Naudbert.
Well, if you're going to go with the French, you're just going to really lean into it. You know.
All right, now, Ray, did you find anything?
I found it.
What is it? What's it say? It's a legitimate portfolio consultant company.
So I found 2 links to the portfolio company, and the third one is a Reddit link that says an international inheritance scam with a twist.
Ooh. Because the twist is it's an actual piece of mail. That's what's impressive.
They're saying so Reddit is saying it's a fraud. However, there is a legitimate website for this
Ooh.
company.
See, I think the word legitimate, I mean, literally, you can make a website for anything.
I guess you could.
Right?
I assume you could. But this has
So should I click on the website while I'm
Oh,
working?
I don't know. I don't know.
Was this all an elaborate phishing scam for me? Is the company trying to test me through you, Mike?
I don't know, right? All I know is that this company is on Rue des Treves, 74 1000 Bruxelles, Belgium.
No, that's Bruges. Bruxelles. There's no way that's.
Bruxelles.
I've never been to Europe.
I'm pretty sure
no
the
help
X
here.
is not
Are you
pronounced.
French? Would you
No.
say French?
No, it's
Why do you know
Latin.
what
It's
Bruxelles?
Latin.
How do you know how to
There's no way to
pronounce
pronounce
it?
the X.
Bruxelles. How do you pronounce that?
Brûlé? I don't know.
All right, Brûlé, Belgium.
That sounds more Frenchy.
It's in Brûlé, Belgium.
Sure.
I got a telephone number.
If you want to send me to Belgium to try and get to the bottom of this.
You want the telephone number?
Give us the number.
3250580699. They also have a fax number.
Of course they do.
They have an email address. Now, I emailed the guy. I haven't gotten a reply yet.
Yeah, I think you're gonna.
Are you pouring cold water by $9 million?
I am. But I like that they've got the line.
What?
They're really
No,
wishing it in.
They don't have me hooked. I'm just saying. Listen, if this could be a scam, but in the meantime, I'm going to try to figure out whether it's a scam.
There's no way that that's real. There's no way. Also, if you...
I'm a legitimate heir.
Sure you are, from Eldrick. Ancestry.com will probably help you in finding this Eldrick. But also,
Eldrick's dead.
Well, ancestry, not like living, ancestry.
And his wife died also.
That's so convenient. But was it delivered to you by certified mail?
No, I wrote an email and I said, I'm interested in this, although my sense is that this is a scam because the first tip-off would have been you would have sent this certified mail.
I mean, when I have received letters like that of actual things, and they were like, I left property that I had owned or whatever, you got from the state of Tennessee or Virginia, it was actually sent certified mail.
But see, what do I have to lose? Because the letter goes on. Should the claim be approved, the distribution. What the hell's wrong with me? Distribution.
You're so excited about the money, man.
Distribution of the funds will proceed as follows: 10% will be allocated to recognizable charity organizations in tribute to the late policyholder's memory, while the remaining 90% will be shared equally between us.
When they ask for a deposit in your bank account, just call me.
For a deposit.
They will. That is the hook in the line.
If they ask for a deposit, do you think I'm stupid enough to give them a deposit?
No, but that's what they're hoping for.
All right, well, in any event, I got it right here. It's right here. It's the official letter from Belgium.
If
it's right here.
Missanelli wants anything to go to charity, I'm right here.
Do you have the envelope?
I'll vote the 10%.
Do you have the envelope?
No bear. Yes, I have the envelope. It came from France, postmark France. Mm-hmm. You're so cynical. 610-632-0975. Back after this.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
One day away, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We're less than 36 hours away from the Major League Baseball trade deadline. Name an outfielder or relief pitcher that may be dealt across baseball, and there's good likelihood the Phillies have been linked to them over the last month. We'll keep you updated as things happen, and we'll talk to the Hall of Famer Jason Stark coming up at 12:25 about the Phillies, the deadline, the weekend he had in Cooperstown. Playing to get to with Jason Stark coming up in the 12 o'clock hour. One of the potential targets for the Phillies could be outfielder Luis Robert, who went 1 for 3 last night in the Phillies' 6-3 win over the White Sox. Jesus Luzardo threw 7 scoreless. Brandon Marsh and Kyle Schwarber both homering in the win. Phillies trying to win the series today at 2:10 with Taijuan Walker on the mound. We'll also speak to Larry Bowa coming up at 11:15 about the passing of his good friend and Baseball Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg earlier this week. The Eagles have a closed walkthrough today as training camp continues. Jalen Hurts spoke to the media yesterday about how the offense is coming along.
When you're implementing new philosophical bases in a system, it's important to go out there, get reps in it. Right now, we're in a time where we're just making things our own, being different in some areas, also just getting good reps so we can have something to learn from.
We'll continue to keep you updated with everything going on at camp. This update's brought to you by AAA Tire and Auto Service. Visit your local AAA Tire and Auto Service location. Save $40 a night. Repair up $150 more. This offer is valid through August 1st through August 30th. See your store for complete details. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
7-5, the Fanatic. See, he went right there. He went with that's a French en deux trois song is. As we were talking about France and Belgium. See what kind of producer he is? He's right. He's all over it.
But we knew that. You knew he was a great producer.
Great producer. All right. So the Phillies bounce back versus the lousy Chicago White Sox with Luzardo surviving. People's okay. He still seemed to have problems in the stretch, especially early in that game.
It was interesting. He actually talked about that. I was like,
He
he talked about how he thought he did a little bit better, like trying to pitch. Yeah, I mean, that's where he struggled, right?
He got off the hook early.
He did. I mean, a couple of Kyle Schwarber's ball. Lord,
Yeah.
that guy doesn't have a cheapie in his bag.
It's unbelievable the way he slugs. Anyway, this is about as unimportant a series as you're ever going to have in conjunction with the bigger story of the trade deadline. And my feeling is that they're not going to land anybody big. Amy thinks they are. Ray thinks they are. I think they're not.
You think they're just going to get a guy?
I think they're going to tell you they tried hard. The price was too high.
Well, and that may be. I mean, I think you have to be able to live with that. I don't know that making like a non-major move counts as not going all, still trying to go all in.
They're going to go. Look at our numbers. Look at our offensive numbers. So our bats are plentiful here.
They got to
we
get a
can get it
reliever.
done with what we got. And then they're going to. Well, you got David Robertson.
Stop it. That's not.
Ray. Got David Robertson.
You
Ray's
continue to push this on me that I said I was
Ray's
okay
big
with
on
David
this.
Robertson.
When did you
When I
say
said
that? Ray loves
I
him.
was not okay if it was
This
the only
third
thing they
time.
did.
Stop it. You love him. You
This
love
third
him.
time
I am
here.
all for him being here. I am not all for him being the
how
only
about
move
Robert?
they make.
Did you enjoy that experience last night?
That's exactly it. You want Robert? You want Seth Johnson? Ron Hell? Is this what we're doing in the bullpen?
I hope not. I can't. The groan internally and most of the time externally when Jordan Romano comes out is just. I was at the game. I went Sunday and then I went Wednesday, and you would just see his name up where they put like in the bullpen, and the section around us would start to realize it, and people were like, "Oh no," like just like that, like an exasperated like, "Oh."
You are shortchanging Max Lazar.
He can keep his job. I said he's good. He can
whatever.
stay.
You can get one, but the rest of the bullpen,
You got Strom, Kirkering,
right? Great.
Robertson,
No,
Lazar,
Yes.
great.
Lazardo.
So you're putting.
That's what you got. That's what you got.
Where's Walker going?
That's what you to get 9 outs.
Top step.
He's out. Walker doesn't figure it.
Okay, good. I was concerned he was coming
he doesn't
back in
figure it.
later.
Strom, Kirkering, Lazar, Roberts, Lazardo, mix and match to win games. That's what you're going to wind up having.
I got to get it. No, you got to get it.
I'm just telling you. I don't think
Robertson
so.
ain't it for me.
All right, let's go to the
I
phone.
hope he does well.
First of all, we have a lot of Phillies text, so let's hit the text board first before we get to our phone calls on General Knowledge Wednesday, where the prize is Phillies tickets. For crying out loud, there should be 7 stacked calls here right now. Go ahead, Ray.
We got Mark from Green Lane, who heard you say the Phillies were not going to make a move and decided to chime in with Dombrowski will sit tight and he'll be fired after the season because they won't get out of the first round.
No, he won't be fired after the season because he's going to say we're going to run back the same team. And every Philly fan knows they're going to run back the same team. So there's no sense in making a general manager change. Now, could there be a manager change at the end? Yes. There's not going to be a general manager change if he brings everybody back. Right?
I don't think
Because you don't need a crafty general manager. You're stuck with the team. You don't need to get another general manager in here. This is Dombrowski's product.
I don't think they're going to make. I don't think they make a change of president of baseball operations. See where my mind goes when I say changing president of operations?
That was a Freudian slip.
So you don't think Dombrowski will get fired?
No.
Okay,
don't.
I agree
I'm
with
agreeing
that.
with you.
Will Thompson get fired if they don't get out of the first round? Is Thompson done?
Fired is not the word they'll use, but I don't think he'll be the manager next year.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
So we're on the same page with all that. Okay.
Zach from Florida wanted to quickly let you know. Let Mike know once he inherits his fortune, I have a really great deal on some beachfront property in Idaho. Once in a lifetime deal.
There you go.
People are presuming
This is a scam.
that I would fall for a scam,
Correct.
which would be erroneous. Because the minute this guy asked me for money, I know it's a scam. He has not asked me for money. He said, I invite you to contact me at your earliest convenience. So I contacted him by email. I have not gotten a response. I don't know why a guy would put his email address and phone number in there if he didn't want me to contact him. As soon as he says, yes, to proceed with this claim, we're going to have to charge you a fee of $5,000, in which case I hang up.
You're checking in.
I got nothing to lose here with this deal.
Much like the Phillies. You
And I
gotta
got
call
everything
everyone.
to gain. I got 9 million euros to gain.
Almost 10.
Although half would go to that guy. But that's
Right.
still, like, 10% would go to charity. What is that? 90,000 on 9 million?
The People Fund.
Yeah. And then so we
Human
would,
fund.
we would split the rest.
human
So
fund.
I'd get 4.5 million euros out of this deal for doing nothing? Because of my my cousin Eldrick? Let's go to Reggie, Nebraska. He's currently in Nebraska, our traveling truck driver. Reggie!
Good morning.
Good morning, Reg.
Good morning, Amy.
Good
Mike,
morning.
Ray, how y'all doing?
We're doing fantastic today, Ray. How you doing? Where are you right now?
I went through Lincoln, Nebraska, and if I can make a reference for Philly area, Mike Rozier and Urban Fryer came out to Nebraska from the Philly area back in the 80s.
Oh, they were from Rancocas Valley, and one was from Camden.
Yeah, take them way back.
Rancocas Valley in Camden, New Jersey. Yep.
Mhm. Now, when I was listening and you said one of the questions would be about presidents born west of the Mississippi, even though I wasn't on the air, I guess Herbert Hoover, West Branch, Iowa, and William Jefferson Clinton, Little Rock, or Kansas.
You probably are right. I don't have the category up yet.
Oh, okay.
Ronald Reagan.
That's not the
All right.
question I'm going to give you.
Oh, Ronald Reagan was born in Illinois. His birthplace is somewhere in Illinois, because I went past it yesterday going up to Chicago area.
Okay,
Yeah. How's that?
that's good.
There you go.
All right. Now, earlier in the season, when I'm gonna give him a new name. Dave, overwording, underinforming Dombrowski said that because the rest of the National League is diminished in talent, that the Phils would be good. So I agree. He's probably not going to do anything. Dave Robertson or Dave Robert, what is the guy's name?
David Robertson,
There's also a Robert currently here.
Ray's favorite relief pitcher. Wasn't that funny?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's all I had on
Oh,
I'm ready for general knowledge.
you're ready? All right, Reggie, here we go.
Yeah.
We got a general knowledge question from the general knowledge category. What was the first Pixar movie? Pixar. What was the first Pixar movie?
The Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah, the Mighty Ducks. Incorrect, Reggie. Be safe out there on the road. I'm inclined to give Ray the same question. Ray, what was the first Pixar movie?
I don't know when Pixar was founded.
Well,
So
You
I'm going to
can
go
take
with the
go ahead.
Toy Story.
You're going to say Toy Story. Do you endorse that answer?
I absolutely do.
You are absolutely correct, Ray.
That's a
Toy
good start.
Story is correct.
I'll see you Friday,
And
Jimmy.
Ray gets on the board for the Phillies tickets. Ray won, audience nothing out of the shoot. All righty then. All right, let's go to, let's take a break. 610-632-0975. That's how you climb into the show. It's the Mike Missanelli Show. General Knowledge Wednesday. Larry Bowa coming up at 11:15. Jason Stark at 12:25. And we're back after this.
Philly fans, you are the best.
97.5 The Fanatic. Here's how you get in on a General Knowledge Wednesday where we got Phillies tickets as the prize. 610-632-0975. Jason Stark had John Middleton as a guest on his podcast, Starksville. And we're going to talk to Jason about that a little later, but I want to give you a little tip-off on what Mr. Middleton said about this trade deadline and the trade market. Let's first start with Middleton on how the trade market has changed when a couple of guys got off the market. One getting hit by a pitch, maybe off the market, and the other with a gambling allegation. So this is Middleton 1, right?
In the space of, 8 hours yesterday, the trade market got turned on its head with, having to be put on the ice for a while, and then last night Suarez getting the pitch right off his hand. And I read today he's day-to-day. I don't know exactly what that means, but, it took one of the two probably best closers that you could possibly have gotten, and you've taken the best position player who was available. And, that just means people are scrambling now to find solutions in a smaller pool with two of the stars, really superstars out of the pool right now. I would think Suarez's hand, maybe the doctors will look at things and talk to each other and say, it's literally a day or two thing. But you know what? Well, there have been a lot of position players who've hurt their hand, gotten their hand hit, and 2 months later it's still sore. They can't quite grab the bat the way they could beforehand, and they're hitting like 240, 250 instead of 285, 295, and that's what you're trading for. Is that guy with the home run power? Bryce had to struggle a little bit when he came back, from his injury, his sore wrist. It's tough.
He's priming the pump. Nothing's going to happen. That's a pump prime. All right, let's go now with his comments on his ideal trade deadline. We all have an ideal trade deadline. John Middleton has one also. Here it is.
I think ideally it would be both. We need help in the pen. Dave's made no secret of that. And our outfield needs to be strengthened too. So if you can do that in one fell swoop, I think that's what Dave would aim for. But of course, everything has a price, and at some level, I think people will be asking a lot. I know they'll be asking a lot. I think with supply down in the last 24 hours, I think the asking prices are probably going to either go up or at least stiffen.
You hear him say we're going to make a deal on there? On all those words, you get the sense that he's going to make a deal?
Yeah. He said in one fell swoop, it would be ideal.
One fell swoop.
It would be ideal.
What are the odds now that they could do one fell swoop?
He did. As soon as he said that, he qualified it. The price is going to be very high.
Yes, and he's already on the record saying we're not going to pay an arm and a leg.
But they've already paid arms and legs and
in the past.
Yeah, feet, hands, heads.
They paid heads?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to the phones. We got Dan we got Tom in Hatfield who's been checking in. Tom, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, man. How are you?
Good.
Got two quick questions, the Phillies and an Eagles.
Uh-huh.
My Phillies question is, if you recommend the Phillies to make a change, what would that be and why?
If I recommend the Phillies make a change, in what capacity?
Before the trade deadline's over. Preferably a pitcher.
That would be my top priority. I'm looking at their offense. The numbers lately have been decent. If I can't get an outfielder or a bat, listen, I could use a right-handed hitter. I don't know who it would be. And if you can't get that, I desperately think you need a late-inning arm. Now, where they're going to get that, I don't know. I'm looking around, and I'm going, here are the guys they can get. Is it realistic that they can get these guys? I don't think it is. I don't think they're going to be able to make a deal.
Yeah, they were talking about giving up like a 6th and a 10th prospect to get somebody. Do you think that's worth it to give up?
It's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. If it's a 6th and a 10th prospect, I just try to develop other prospects. It's like not all is lost if two prospects go in a deal for something that you need immediate help with.
Right. No, that makes sense. That's why.
I just don't think they're going to do it. I just don't have the feel that they're going to do it against anybody significant enough.
Right. All right, that's fair.
All right, man.
One other question.
Yes, sir.
Eagles question.
Mm-hmm.
What Eagles draftees do you think might have an immediate impact, and who will need some time to ramp up?
Immediate impact. I think Andrew Makuba is the most likely guy, the safety.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd go Jahad Campbell.
You're going to go Jihad? I'm a little worried still about the injury. I know he's been looking really good. It may take him a while. That safety position is wide open.
Yeah.
So
It hurts Makuba a little bit not to be out there, but Cooper
Yeah.
Jean wasn't out there last year. He made an impact.
all right, general knowledge question for you.
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, this is a musical acts by the letter P. So I'm going to give you a couple of songs that these musical acts do, and you got to tell me who the musical act is.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the songs White Iverson and I Had Some Help.
I have no idea.
Oh, well, that would
man.
be Post Malone.
Yeah.
So time's out.
That's all right.
You knew that one, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Ray? This is where I think you're going to need a lifeline.
Probably, considering Post Malone's off the board.
He's like, wait a minute.
No, you might
I gotta
not.
turn my
you
chat-
might not
I gotta
need a
turn my chat
lifeline.
around.
Might not need a lifeline for this. Here it is. Timber, Feel This Moment.
Oh, Pitbull.
Correct. Oh my God, Ray has jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Audience,
Impressive.
Oh man,
look
that
at
Jimmy
you.
Rollins speech is going to go crazy Friday
It's
night.
unbelievable.
Oh,
Look at
gotta
the
change my
racer.
plans.
Race is popping.
Woo. I was going to be so mad at myself if I didn't get that one.
Oh, yeah.
Once you said Timber, I was like,
Timber. I was like, Kesha?
well, that was. I started going. I was like,
I was like, no,
Katy
that
Perry,
doesn't
Kesha, Timber, and then Feeling. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
Let's get a text board. What's the text board saying?
Text board weighing in a lot on the deadline, but we have a texter here saying, I believe if you could only get one, getting Suarez, who's a top-level power bat, would be more impactful than a good relief pitcher.
I don't.
Yeah. I mean, when you're up 6-2 and then
Yeah.
you surrender them all,
I don't. You listen. Here's the way I look at it.
I don't think you can go that one over you.
You got to get 9 outs to win a game. You got to get 9 outs. Now, unless you're ahead 6-2 or 7-2, and you have some breathing room, which you're not going to have most games,
Yeah,
you
this is
need
the
to get
playoffs.
9 outs. You need to get 3 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th, 3 in the 9th. So, however you get those outs, Bray wants Robertson to get all 9.
You know what? They should start him. I honestly think David Robertson
I know,
should pitch all 9 for them.
I know. Yeah,
The 40-year-old
Ray
should throw
said-
200 pitches.
Ray, they're not going to utilize Robertson enough, according to Ray.
I think you actually secretly like David Robertson.
I hate it.
I think you don't
I
hate
hate it. I would never in a million years go to a tryout. I'd sign a 40-year-old guy who's throwing 88 miles an hour. That would not happen in my
88
lifetime.
to 90, Mike.
88 to 90.
88 to 90.
Sorry, that would not happen. 610-632-0975. Back after this.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
One day away, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We're less than 36 hours away from the Major League Baseball trade deadline. If you can name an outfielder or relief pitcher that could be dealt, they've likely been linked at least to the Phillies once by some insider. We'll keep you updated as things happen. We'll talk to the Hall of Famer Jason Stark coming up at 12:25 about the Phillies. The trade deadline his weekend up in Cooperstown. One of the potential targets for the Phillies could be outfielder Luis Robert, who went 1 for 3 last night against the Phillies, and the Phillies' 6-3 win over the White Sox. Jesus Luzardo threw 7 scoreless. Brandon Marsh and Kyle Schwarber both homering in the win. They'll try to win the series today at 2:10 with Taijuan Walker on the mound. Coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, we'll speak to Larry Bowa at 11:15 about the passing of his good friend and Baseball Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg earlier this week. The Eagles have a closed walkthrough today as training camp continues. Jalen Hurst spoke to the media yesterday and talked about the offense finding its rhythm.
When you're implementing new philosophical bases in a system, it's important to go out there, get reps in it. Right now, we're in a time where we're just making things our own, being different in some areas, also just getting good reps so we can have something to learn from.
We'll keep you updated with everything going on with training camp. This update is brought to you by both Groundworks, your trained certified experts for basement waterproofing foundation repair since 1997. Book your free inspection at groundworks.com and your local Ream Pro partners, the reamteam.com. When you want your home to feel like a dream, it's got to be Ream. Stay cool with the high efficiency AC system from Ream, RHEEM. Find a Ream Pro partner at the reamteam.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic.
10:54, Mike Missanelli Show. Let's Fake a Deal is coming up in a couple minutes. Another deal that we'll muse about, but in the end probably won't get done. Larry Bowa will come up at 11:15. We'll talk some Phillies issues, and also Ryan Sandberg with Mr. Bowa. And then later in the 11 o'clock hour, a review of the first day of Eagles in pads practice and what's going on at training camp. It's always exciting to go from day to day on who looked up, who looked down.
How many times did they touch the ball? How many times did they not touch the ball? It wasn't a Cam Jurgens that came out and said, stop talking about that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
And
we will count who plays the first teamers, though, but I don't think you need to count.
Yeah, that's
you
good.
don't need to count snaps.
No, but the competition at certain positions, who looked good, who didn't look good. You know, the fact he said Dory Jackson's got to show up or get out.
Well, I think when Vic Fangio mentions your name and how you were not signed by two teams, that's more glaring than anything you do on the field.
Got to make you feel really good, doesn't it?
I don't. I would either want him to say you never know. I would just probably say, I don't want him to talk about me because it could be good, like Zach Bond, but it's probably going to be bad.
All right. Back to the text board we go, and then we got a couple calls on hold. We got Dan and Dwayne kind of coming in here. Ray, what are the people saying?
We got a text here, Larry in Haddonfield. I think the Jansen for the Angels is the most reasonable trade. Won't have to give up much. I think he can help us win a World Series. Guy has found his magic again. He's very impressive.
Who's he talking about?
Kenley Jansen.
Kenley Jansen. Yeah. I don't know.
That doesn't do a lot for me.
It doesn't do a lot for me either.
We should just keep trading for Angels relievers as rentals.
Yeah,
that's just a good bit.
Kenley Jansen, listen, in his day when he had high velocity, but not now. He's getting by on guile. I can't. They've got too many relief pitchers that get by on guile. Ray Robertson's going to get by on guile. Strom gets by on guile. Kirkney's a power reliever, but then I don't know how Luzardo's going to profile in that pen. I'm pretty sure it's going to be him though. Who else could it be? Can't be anybody else, right?
No, there's no one else left.
All right, let's go back to the phones. We got Dan in Langhorne. Dan, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, Dan?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
All right. So this trade deadline thing with all these teams that are involved now, and all these teams that make the playoffs. It's really a different thing than it was even a couple years ago. To me, it's kind of like you're almost like shopping like the weekend before Christmas here. You know what I mean? There's just not a lot out there. The prices are high, but you got to go out and get it done. And you can't sit around. The price is too high. This is too high. If you don't get it done in the off season, or it's like if you get your Christmas shopping done right now, you're good. But if you're sitting there and Jordan Romano is sitting under the tree for your kids, you're gonna have some disappointed people out there.
Listen, I got you. I just don't think they're going to be able to. I think they're going to think the price is way too high to get somebody of really high quality. They'll get somebody, but it won't be the lights out late inning type of guy. Because I don't think those guys are going to be available unless you pay a hefty price, and I don't think they're willing to pay it.
That's what I'm saying. I think they put themselves in this position where they don't really have a choice. You got to pay it.
But again, life goes on for the Phillies. Life goes on for Dave Dombrowski. The fans are the ones that get hurt, right? Because they go, we'll still have a good club. We're still making a ton of money. We're still going to come back with the same team next year that's going to be a contender. What's the worst thing that can happen if we don't get this high-end reliever? Nothing, really.
Well, if this season ends with David Robertson or freaking Jordan Romano walking off the mound with their head down, that's going to be pretty tough to swallow.
You fear Romano coming in the ninth inning and giving up a 3-run bomb, don't you?
Actually, my biggest fear is he pitches okay down the stretch, and they kind of,
they trust him, and they trust him again, and they put him back in that role.
That's the worst case scenario.
That could be a big fear, bro. That could be a fear. All right, man. Here's your general knowledge question. It is the category with the presidents of the United States.
All right.
Let me see. There are 6 presidents who lived to be at least 90 years old. Give me 3 of them.
Reagan. There's Jimmy Carter.
That's 2.
And who else died recently? I think I'm not positive about this one, but I think Nixon.
Nixon is incorrect. Oh man,
there. You were right
took
there.
it right
Just take
to the
next
end.
guy. Go like one more after Reagan.
All right. Do you know all 6?
Well, George Herbert Walker.
George H.W. Bush
one.
lived at 90.
So you literally went in a row. You went Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. No one back in the day. So maybe someone somewhat recently, like No, I feel like Johnson died of cancer. No. I mean, I literally, there's 3 of them.
Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford.
John Adams.
I mean,
Wow.
how do we actually know that? Come on.
And Herbie Hoover.
Oh, Herbert Hoover.
That's correct.
That's a fun fact.
John Adams?
Yeah, I don't trust like any of that stuff.
John
back then.
Adams.
Wow.
They kind of
Boy,
wrote
what's
that
the-
down
what's
on
the-
parchment. and
What's
they're
the
like,
problem with John Adams? You
What
don't-
year is it? I don't know.
I'm
It's
just
close enough.
surprised. Good for the guy. I'm just surprised.
Wait, don't know how old
way
John
back in the
Adams
day
was.
when people didn't live that long.
That's what I'm
what-
saying.
The records aren't as legit.
Oh, so now you're calling the legitimacy the 90-year-old life of
I just don't
John
know how old he
Adams.
was initially.
He's
Well,
a
I'm
founding father, Amy.
Sure, his family knew how old he was when
Sure
they
they
buried
did.
him.
Sure they did.
Wait, you're
I
disputing?
think it's like a day.
You-
I think
you-
all the ages from like the people in the 17th and 16th. And like when they're like, oh, the pharaohs died. I mean, you don't know how old that pharaoh was. Stop it. You can age date them, their bones.
You're,
but
you're
stop.
disputing a man's age?
I mean, it's actually a really good point.
What's a really good point? The guy
They
died.
said he was 35. Like, how do
they
you
could
know
have
he was
said
35?
everybody back then died at age 90. Nobody's lying
I'm just
about
saying,
anybody else.
He might have been 90, but how did he? He could have been 92. He could have started at 10. We have no idea how old he was. He was president when he was
What the hell?
42. Sure he was. All right.
I understand historical might be off here, but give him the credit for getting to 90.
He
Not
was
a lot of
old.
people got to
I
90.
don't
Maybe he
understand.
was
I
older.
don't
Maybe he was
understand
100.
why you would dispute the factoid. You're listening to WPEN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. Big 11 o'clock hour is coming up. We got Larry Bell coming up in just a few minutes. We'll go right back to the phones where we got Dwayne in. Wait, not Dwayne. Yes. Well,
Yes. You're right. Dwayne in Philly.
Dwayne in Philly. Well,
Yep.
which Jeff? Jeff's on. Jeff's calling in now.
Yes,
Oh,
correct. I don't
all
think
right.
he's
See,
ready
this
to go.
phone. This is a very weird
kinda
phone
weird.
system, man. I don't
But it
understand.
looks like Dwayne's up next. He's
All
on
right,
hold.
Dwayne's up next. Dwayne, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, Dwayne?
Yo, what's up, guys? How you
What's going
guys
on,
doing?
Dwayne? How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I think I'm not going to say giving up, but I've come to terms with our fighting. I don't think we're going to do anything big. I mean, we already signed, what, a 50-year-old pitcher?
74 he is.
We didn't do anything.
David Robertson.
40. If we didn't do anything by now, and what do we have, about 30 hours, 28 hours left? It doesn't seem like we'll do anything big or spend any big money to make any big changes. I think we'll grab like one more guy, maybe another bat.
Yeah,
Hopefully
well, first of
one
all,
of
the
those put
trading
there in
deadline, when you creep up to the actual deadline, is when teams start to get desperate about moving people. Like right now, the calm before the storm, I can see why a deal hasn't been made just now. But the closer you get to either you do the deal or you have to have that player for the rest of the year, you'll be surprised how many people loosen up. So there's that hope. I just don't think they want to pay enough.
I don't think they want to pay anybody, honestly. I think we're going to bank on who we have for pitching, and we might get another bat. But I'll tell you one thing. Fangio's got a battery in my back for football season coming up. The way he's speaking, dude, and the way
Well, that was a segue.
Yeah.
You went from trade deadline to Fangio in a blink. That was well done, man.
Yeah, let's get on some more football talk.
Oh, we're going to get some.
Phillies are-
We're going
we're
to put some
stagnant.
football
We're-
highlights
We're
again.
getting stagnant.
We are. But
Phillies
you know
are
what?
getting- we're
It's
getting
training camp, and there's only so much you can talk about during camp.
That's true.
All right,
That's
Dwayne.
very
General
much true.
general knowledge question for you for Phillies tickets.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. It's the general knowledge category. What actress has 21 Academy Award nominations, the most of anyone ever?
Oh. Do I get a hint?
Come
That
on,
is
man.
your-
You should slay this question. What actress? What's the
Meryl
most
Streep?
food?
Is it Meryl Streep?
It's Meryl Streep. Hold on a second, man. Go ahead. You got it right. Meryl Streep. There you go. Who else could it be? 2-1. Ray.
That question was so obvious, I would have gotten it.
You probably would have.
Yeah.
Ray, we're in a general knowledge category.
I believe I'm mode 2 here.
Ray, what activity would you be doing if you were in downward dog?
Yoga.
That is correct. Look at Ray. 3 in a row.
That's impressive.
That was the layup also. But
They're going to get harder on you.
yeah, no. I mean, like, you
Yeah,
you
kinda
set me
just-
up for a punchline, but I decided to answer the question.
I did.
Yeah.
Was there some kind of a sexual thing going on?
No, I'm just saying that there
Oh,
was a punchline to be had there.
What was the punchline?
I'm saying there was one to be had there.
What?
You don't want to tell us what?
No,
it is?
I'm going to just keep moving.
Okay.
Keep moving. I need another question. I'm up 3-1. I'm feeling good right here.
Yeah,
Let's not.
You're
He's
feeling,
puffing his
you're
chest
feeling a little
out.
too cocky.
I'm
which
feeling
means,
good.
the moderator normally, when the subject feels a little more cocky, goes into more difficult
right.
questions.
feel like
I
you're
felt
trying
like that was going to happen at some point today anyway. So I've jumped out to a 2-0 lead.
I'm willing to say that it might be possible you don't answer another question for the rest
to- Oh,
of the
Alright,
show.
That's fine.
correctly.
That's fine.
All right.
I'm good with that.
All right.
That's how this usually works.
All right, we got Jeff in Camden. Jeff, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Jeff.
Hello.
Hello, Jeff.
How are you, Mike?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Awesome.
So, I mean, everybody's getting their pickings in with this free agency. I think personally, we need a power pinch hitting bat.
A power pinch hitting bat or a power regular
Yeah.
bat?
No, power pinch hitting bat. Something that these pitchers fear down late, so that what happened in Houston can't happen again.
Yeah, but why wouldn't that guy be a regular player also? You could have that bat. It doesn't have to be just a pinch hitter. It could be a guy who plays.
Well, who is he? Where is he? Where is he from? I'm saying that you can dig in the free agency and find a guy with pop, that's fit for that role.
Well, there's no free agency right now. You got to make you have
make
to
a trade.
All right, man. So, where are we at?
No, you're talking about Suarez. Like that's the bat that you could acquire. He's got 36 home runs. He's a power bat, but he would be a regular player. He would be an everyday player, not just a pinch hitter.
Okay, well then you're spot on. But who do you replace? Are we going at Bryson Stott right now?
No.
That's not even a positional player.
You can't replace Bryson Stott. Suarez would be the DH, and you would have Schwarber play left field.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
So I don't want to shake up the lineup. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, that's not shaking it up, really, is it?
No,
Okay. You're okay with that, then?
I am okay with that.
All right. Sounds good, Brennan.
Hey, Mike, one thing.
Yes, sir.
I just want you to admit that I was right.
About what?
That I'm handsome and you're not attractive.
You're handsome and I'm not attractive?
Yes. Say it.
You just wanted to make that statement today?
I just want you to admit it, that I'm handsome and you're not attractive.
I don't know what you look like, Brendan.
This took a weird turn.
It is.
Whoa.
This is good.
Whoa.
Name's Jeff.
Did you just say you don't know what I look like?
Who do you look like, Brendan?
Jeff.
You're a lawyer.
It's Jeff.
Oh, it's Jeff. I'm sorry.
You're a lawyer.
Me being a lawyer, how would I know what you look like?
So you don't know what I look like. You don't even know me. You've never seen me before, Mike Missanelli?
Have I ever seen you before? I don't know. Have I?
Yeah. Several times, but for some reason you seem to not remember. And that makes I'll be nobody. I'm fine being nobody.
When did I meet
I'm
you,
fine.
Jeff? I meet
I'm
a lot of
nobody.
people. When did I
I'm
meet
nobody.
you?
I'll be nobody.
All right, that's enough.
Apparently, Jeff.
Jeff, if I know who
left
you
an
are,
impression
you have
on
to
Jeff.
tell me where I would know you from.
Be a lawyer.
if
In
you're-
your lawyer days? Do you remember a Jeff?
No,
Okay.
I do not. Now, had he said I met you so and so, I would say, oh yeah, I remember. But how could I just out of the blue
Yeah, just a Jeff.
pick out a Jeff?
You gave him a minute more than I would.
And he seemed to be offended by it.
Once he called you not attractive, that would have been it for me. Other than that,
that's-
curtains.
No, he might be right. He might be more attractive.
He could be,
What
but-
do I know?
That's not something
Yeah.
I would call someone to say. I usually don't call my friends with, hey, man,
I mean,
I
I
just
think
want you to admit to me one
he
thing.
wa-
Hey, listen, I know we haven't talked Phil's deadlines got me thinking
well,
I'm more attractive than you,
apparently
man.
it was important.
Good talk.
It was important to him to make that point. So he made the point, and we're all good.
I'm just saying. I respect you taking that golf longer than you did.
Oh,
I would've been like,
I
I'm
thought
out.
there was a bigger payoff to it. I thought there was going to be a bigger payoff. Like I was leading him down a path where I thought there could be a bigger payoff, like a joke coming out of it or something. That, I stopped on the road and I asked for a quarter to make a phone call, like something like that. You know.
Or you at some point in your life had called up Jeff and were like, hey, Jeff, I just want to let you know I'm more attractive than you. Good talk.
Yeah.
And he wanted you to admit that you were wrong
Yeah,
about
it
that
seemed
phone
like there was
call.
a conversation that he was hearkening back to.
Yes, and I don't know what it could be, but like I say, if he would have enlightened me, I would have said, "Oh
Well,
yeah, now I
years ago,
remember."
you and Jeff had some kind of legal situation, and he said, "I'm better looking than you," and you said, "No, you're not," and then that was it. And now he waited.
Court
He
was
sat
adjourned.
on it. Yeah, he sat on it for 5 years, and now he called.
That
back.
was the issue in court. Who was better looking?
Yeah, I mean, I think
And
a judge would hear that.
the judge proclaimed a mistrial.
Was it a judge or was there a jury?
I think it was a mediation.
610-632-0975. Next up, Larry Bowa will talk about some Phillies baseball and also about the passing of his great friend Ryan Sandberg. We're back after this.
Hey, everybody, it's Bill Colarulo.
11:14, Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, in the middle of this trade deadline stuff, what the Phillies are going to do, there was a really a sad thing that happened a couple of days ago. Ryan Sandberg, who obviously was a member of the Phillies organization early on, and then managed the team for a while, legendary second baseman who went to the Hall of Fame, and passing way too young. To have some perspective on Ryan Sandberg is a man who was very close with him, played with him a couple of years in Chicago, and always touched base with him. The great Larry Bowa joins us. Larry, how you doing today?
Hello?
Yes, Larry, how are you today?
Doing a little bit better, but tough last couple of days, no question about that.
Yeah, I know you guys were close, and when something like this happens, you go, that's too young for a guy like Ryan Sandberg to pass, and we all feel it. But if you can put in perspective, expand upon your relationship with him for me.
No, well, we started out, when he first got called up to the big leagues, I think it was 81. I'm taking ground balls, and I remember him standing behind me. You feel somebody behind you, and he didn't say anything, and I just turned around and said, "Hey, you want to take some with me?" And he goes, "Yeah." And it seemed like from that day on, we sort of like connected. He was a shy guy when he first came up, had tremendous amount of tools. Even when he wasn't hitting home runs in the Phillies minor league system, you could see he had tremendous potential as a fielder, a good runner, could steal bases. Then eventually, when he went over to Chicago, he learned how to pull the ball and had as we all know, a Hall of Fame career. But might have been one of the most guys that I've met a lot of Hall of Famers. He was so humble. He could care less about stats. This guy, all he wanted to do was win. He was always prepared to play baseball. We had a saying once, and when we both got traded, he called me and said, "When are you going to spring training?" And I said, "Well, when are you going?" And he said, "Well, my date says February 15th. I went, No. We're going February 1st. And he says, "Why are we going so early?" And I said, "Well, we got to do things together. Double play combination, talk, get to know each other a little bit better." And from that day on, this guy, his work ethic was off the chart. Always prepared. And the saying we had was 9 innings, 27 outs, no matter what the score is, no matter what you're doing at the plate, what I'm doing at the plate. Play the game the right way, and that's how he played. He played the game the right way. You never saw him bat play. And I know, Mike, that some of the things that go on now never even thought about happening when we played, but he just respected who he played. He respected everybody around him. He was a Hall of Fame player, but he was a Hall of Fame person more than anything.
Yeah, his demeanor really stood out as, just unfazed by anything and playing the game the right way. Where do you think he got that? You were a little more volatile, obviously. I don't remember him ever being volatile. Did you guys ever talk about that, where he got that kind of level-headedness?
No, well, he was a big-time athlete. I mean, he got all kinds of scholarships in football. He was a quarterback. He played basketball. He was real good at, and eventually he turned to baseball. I just think inside he reminded me, demeanor-wise, he reminded me a little bit of Mike Schmidt. So much natural ability. They made things look so easy, and their work ethic was off the chart. But I think inside he burned a little bit. I think he started the season, he was either 0 for 25 or 0 for 28, and he's hitting balls hard. And I remember him coming back to the bench after another line drive at somebody, and somebody said, "Hang in there." He says, "You hang in there." And I'm saying to myself, if this kid is a rookie, can have that demeanor going through this to start a season off, I said, he's going to be something special. And it turned out he was something special. The other thing that stands out in my mind, that very first year in Chicago, they had him playing center field, second base, and third base. And he was above average on every single one of those positions. You could probably put him anywhere on the baseball field, and he would have excelled. But I just think the thing that stands out in my mind, that he had the same routine day in and day out. And we talked about routines all the time. In fact, he really felt unprepared. If the tarps were on and we were on a road trip and we couldn't get on the field, we had to find somewhere to play pepper and loosen up and do things like that, because he said, I got to be prepared to go out there. And that sort of permeated through the whole clubhouse. And I think the Cubs personality right now is that is Ryan Sandberg. Play the game hard, respect your opponent, never give up, and that's exactly what he did.
We're talking to Larry Bowa. Now, Larry, you guys had a couple of really good years together and got really close, and you have to have that simpatico when you're shortstop and second baseman. You guys definitely had that. And then when things were over for him, he goes down and he manages in their AAA team, and he got passed over. I know he had to be hurt by that. Did you chat with him about that?
Yeah, he was hurt by that. There's no question. And I think one of the reasons they gave Rhino that they passed him over was there would be too much pressure on him to win because he was an icon in Chicago, and they didn't want to have to eventually let him go. Obviously, he didn't buy that. I mean, I'm sure there might have been truth to that. There's no question about that. I mean, this guy built a reputation up in Chicago to be one of the best to ever put on a uniform there. And then he went and managed our team in AAA, and he managed a big league team. And it wasn't a real good team that he took at the Philly when he took over the Phillies team. And he suggested that he wanted to make some changes during a certain period of time. And he wanted to bring in a lot of the young guys because we weren't going anywhere. And I think with him talking with the front office talking to him, I don't think they were ready to make that move at that time. And he just felt his hands were tied, and he says, you know what, I can't continue to do this. I want to try to do this my way, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, Larry was tough, obviously, taking over for Charlie Manuel and kind of having that passing of the baton. But I remember he had a lot of respect, and he managed Roy Halladay in Halladay's last year here, and that was a player that I think he probably recognized his similar work ethic. And I imagine a guy, when you're like Ryan Sandberg and what you're talking about, how he was as a player, you don't always see that in other players out there. But when you were coaching with him with the Phillies here, what was he like as a manager? You saw him in both of those instances.
He was a good manager, I thought. Again, he had no talent here. This team was dead in the water. What's ironic about that is that we bust to New York. We're playing the Yankees, and we won 2 out of 3 in New York, which at that time, the Yankees were a pretty good team, and we weren't that good. And we were riding on the bus, and we were talking, and I said, you got to feel good about that series. He goes, yeah. He says, but I'd like to do a couple things here. And I said, well, just present it and see what they do, what they say. And, it never came to fruition. So, but the parallels between Doc and Rhino are really similar. I mean, they work their tails off. Mm-hmm. There are no egos at all. They just went out, played. They were great teammates. They helped individuals when guys weren't going good. They always had positive approach. If a guy's 0 for 15, I know Rhino would go up and say, hey, let's go, we're good. And I know that Doc Holliday did the same thing. Mm-hmm. So those parallels are the same. And of course, both of them are in the Hall of Fame as we speak. But I really believe, this is just my opinion, that Ryan Sandberg was such a humble human being that he was in hospice for the last, I want to say, 4 or 5 days. And the Hall of Fame ceremonies were going on Sunday. I really believe Rhino hung on as long as he could, not to take away the attention of the Hall of Famers. I really, really believe that. That's what kind of human being he was.
Yeah, on that note, I asked you, it's a very emotional question, but when it got to a point where there wasn't much hope for him, how did he approach his fate, and what were your last conversations with him like?
We kept in touch a lot on the phone or text until just recently. In fact, I saw him in spring training. He looked unbelievable. And I said, man, you're doing good. And he says, I feel great. And he came back with a vengeance. And the last time I talked to him, I texted him and told him I loved him. And he said the exact words were, we've been through a lot together, and I appreciate everything you've done. But the biggest thing was that he knew what was happening. I mean, he was well aware. He has a great family. Margaret, his wife, he's got grandchildren, he's got children. He was a tremendous family guy. And it was just sad to see it come on so quick. I thought for sure we had more time, and I'm sure he did too. But as we all know, this is a terrible disease, and we got to find something to take care of it.
Yes, it
no
is.
question about it. Larry, let me just shift the conversation since I have you here. I'd be remiss to not talk about this trade deadline that's coming up. And, the schools of thought, they could use two positions, one a high-end reliever, another a right-handed bat maybe. What's your feel as we come down the home stretch of this?
Well, I'm sure all these teams that are sellers now are going to try to squeeze every ounce what they can out of whatever organization they make deals with. Personally, we have 4 or 5 kids down there that I really like a lot, and this is just my opinion. I'm not trading any of those high end prospects for a rental. I think we're in a position now where we finally got some young kids coming through the system, and our big league team is getting a little bit older. Now, if you get somebody that's got 2 years under control or even a year under control, I could understand that. But to give away somebody for a 2-month rental, that's just me. That's not Dave. Or
Where do you
John
think the
Middleton.
bigger need is right now?
I think the bullpen is.
Yeah.
I think the bullpen is. I think if we can get somebody at the back end of that to solidify and move everybody else down a little bit, I think we'll be in good shape. I personally, I think that our pitching is so good that if we don't get a hitter, just say we don't. I'm not saying we won't or we will. I think we're okay. I do think that pitching is going to be the thing that's going to be dominant when you get into the playoffs. And anytime you have a lead going the 7th, 8th, 9th inning in those games, you've got to put those games away. And for some reason, the last couple of years, it hasn't just been the relief pitching. It's been a combination of things. We haven't done that. But I would think the biggest need, in my opinion, would be a back-end guy at the bullpen. And I know there's some names out there. The guy from St. Louis is a hot name right now. He's another guy that would probably be a rental. I think the guys that are under control are Minnesota for a while anyway, and they got a guy named Jax and the closer.
Duran.
Forgetting,
Duran, yeah.
Those guys are both really, really good. So, I mean, if you're going to get something and like that where they have control, you might have to give away somebody that you don't want to give away. But, like I said, we have some kids down there that a lot of teams are showing interest in. I do know that there's 2 teams ahead of us, Detroit and the Mets. I mean, if you evaluate their farm systems, they have better farm systems than we do. That's the only thing that would be a little bit scary right now. They might be able to offer a little bit more, but the prospects that everybody wants on our team are going to be pretty good players.
Larry, always a pleasure. We really
Thanks,
appreciate
Larry.
it. I know you have a heavy heart
Ryan.
about this, and so thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
All right, you guys take care.
All right, that's
Bye-bye.
Larry Bowa checking in, and you can tell he's affected.
I mean,
he's
they,
hurt.
of course,
by
they
it.
played together. They
Yeah.
were.
Good buds.
He was just chatting with him recently.
Yeah.
so.
610-632-0975 is how you climb into the show. We get back to our text board, our phone calls. It's General Knowledge Wednesday. Phillies tickets, Phillies versus Detroit Tigers is the prize today. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
One day away, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We're less than 36 hours away from the Major League Baseball trade deadline. Name an outfielder or relief pitcher that may be dealt across baseball. There's a good likelihood the Phillies have been linked to that player over the last month or so. We'll keep you updated as things happen throughout the day today, and we'll talk to the Hall of Famer Jason Stark coming up at 12:25 about the Phillies, this trade deadline, and his weekend in Cooperstown. One of the potential targets for the Phillies could be out for Luis Robert, who went 1 for 3 last night against the Phils, and the Phils 6-3 win over the White Sox. Jesus Luzardo threw 7 scoreless. Brandon Marsh and Kyle Schwarber both homered in the victory. Phils looking to win the series today at 2:10 with Taijuan Walker on the mound. We just spoke to Larry Bowa about his good friend and the passing of his good friend, Baseball Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg. You can listen to that conversation one more time on our website, 975thefanatic.com. I keep saying the Phillies for this. The Eagles have a closed walkthrough today. Training camp continues. Jalen Hurts spoke to the media yesterday about how the offense is coming along.
When you're implementing new philosophical bases in a system, it's important to go out there, get reps in it. Right now, we're in a time where we're just making things our own, being different in some areas, also just getting good reps so we can have something to learn from.
We'll keep you updated with camp as it continues. This update is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? Upgrade to a premium bed now. Get the rest you deserve at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. They make sleep easy. I'm Ray Dunn on the home of the best birds coverage. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
Yesterday, Eagles were in pads for the first day. A couple of injury guys. I love it when it's hot like that and the injured guys could go, I'm injured.
I don't feel well today.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm going to go over here and just do some
one thing that stood out
stretching
to me,
drills.
concussion. Nolan Smith had a concussion?
I definitely
Read that, Ray?
Is one of the guys down? Yeah.
Concussion. That was underpublicized. Where did he get that?
How do you get that?
I don't know.
It's a good
But
point.
they weren't
actually.
hitting.
Just kind of scrolled right past that.
Yeah, it's like Nolan Smith and inside linebacker Zach Bowen sideline with a concussion and a back contusion. Like concussion is big stuff. Like how do you get that? I don't know. Anyway, those guys were out. Andrew Makuba with the shoulder. Devontae Smith, little back tightness on a hot day, which is always nice to stay away from practice with the back tightness. Danny Gray, finger. They didn't end up waving him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if you're trying to make the team, you can't come through and be like, my finger hurts.
Yeah, that's not good. Cam Jurgens back. Smail Mondon, illness. Jock Campbell, he was
Smile
out
Munden,
as well.
my illness is that I don't like to be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my illness.
Anyway, there were a few turnovers. Safety Reed Blankenship punched the ball from A.J. Dillon. Receiver Darius Cooper was more careless when safety Tristan McCollum stripped the ball from his hands. Put the ball away, yelled receivers coach Aaron Moorhead. There was some positive on the offensive side of the ball. Right guard Tyler Steen bounced back from a so-so Monday. Kept defensive tackle Moro Ajomo and other interior linemen in check. Today was a big day for Tyler Steen, said Jeff Stoutland afterwards. Newsflash. Saquon Barkley can do a thing or two.
Who?
His explosiveness remains obvious to the naked eye.
Just a camp darling.
And when he
You won't
wants
make
to
the team.
turn on the Jets, he can.
Yeah, just a camp darling.
Dillon and Will Shipley. A.J. Dillon, Will Shipley had some chunk yard rushes. Shipley continues to flash as a receiver, Amy.
There's your third guy.
There he is. Where's your second guy?
Oh, he's my third receiver.
Oh, he's your third
You said he's flashing as a receiver.
Oh, your third receiver.
Sure, why not?
All
Put
right.
him out there.
Here's the big position hunt here. In the outside cornerback competition, Keely Ringo appeared to outplay Adoree Jackson. That's not good for Adoree.
I think that they've been alternating days. You'll have Wednesday was a Keely Ringo day. Tuesday was a Adoree Jackson day. They really switched a lot. First team reps. Adoree Jackson has a lot more to prove. He's more polished, but the thing is, as Vic Fangio so eloquently pointed out, he's been released re-signed by two teams. So
Ringo had a strong repetition against Terrence Marshall Jr. During the one-on-one drills. He got inside the receiver and prevented him from completing his route into the end zone. Later on, he evaded a block
He's a
on
bigger
a
body.
screen, and he held the receiver Giles Jackson to a minimum gain.
good old Giles Jackson.
When you can hold him down, you're doing a good job. Jahan Dotson got behind Adoree Jackson on a corner fade.
Well, that's
Play the song, Ray.
That's a first team rep versus a third team rep.
Sing along, Amy.
No thanks.
All right. Eli Ricks looking good. Mac McWilliams has been hit or miss. Uche, can you see? Edge rusher, feeling good.
Feeling
and looking
good.
good. I feel good about Nolan and Jalix making some good strides. After that, we got some heavy competition going on. Nobody's really surfaced good or bad. So Uche.
You were reading right now. DeCheco?
No, I'm reading Jeff McLean.
McClay, perfect.
Yeah. Ty Robinson continues to flash. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. also playing well. Continued to make a strong case that he should start or at least not be underestimated. Showed flashes to the ball, and I credit him with 3 stops on rushes up the middle. Dorian Thompson-Robinson appears to have the Texas routes into the end zone. He threw a dart to running back Shunderick Powell for a
Stop
touchdown.
You're just naming people who are not going to be on the roster.
I'm just giving you the highlights of what's going on.
Those are lights. I wouldn't say they're highlights.
Almost a week till the first preseason game.
Exactly.
that's right.
We got to get these backup guys and give
The
them
backup to the backup.
some pub here.
Stop it. Dorian Robinson is not. It's not.
There you
making
go.
the team.
And, of course, Mike Mayock was in attendance yesterday.
All right.
Hanging out with Joe Douglas.
Okay.
and Dave Caldwell, the Jaguars.
Little front office situation.
Yeah, there you go. And Roseman, and they had a group hug. So there you go. Let's get back to the text board.
All right, text board chiming in on the Phillies. Josh the Beer Guy with an interesting way to judge the trade deadline. Here's how I'm gauging the success or failure of the Phillies trade deadline. They're currently plus 850 to win the World Series. If they don't improve to plus 600 or better, I consider it a failure.
Well, see, it'd be interesting how far they drop down if they do make significant moves. If they grab a bat and a relief pitcher, where do you think they rank in the odds for World Series, Ray?
The only thing that I think would make that leap for them is if they get Durant. Like, if they get a true closer, I think that would push them into that plus 600.
Let me ask you this question. Would you include Andrew Painter in a deal for Durant?
Oh, I'm going to lose sleep at night.
That goes to the top of the heap. You're giving them your number one prospect for a reliever who could really make a difference.
Probably.
He whispers.
He
probably.
is so confident. He really feels that in his
Amy?
bones. I'm no. That's a no for me.
That's a hard no for you?
No.
How much more am I giving up outside of Painter? Because that's a lot.
Well, if they would do it for just Painter.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Yes, you would do it. Your number one prospect for a relief pitcher.
Who's not going to be here.
No, he's not.
He'll be here. He's under control.
I got club control.
Yeah, but for 1 year, right?
2.
Oh, 2.
Yeah.
I got a couple years with this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know.
You're in?
No.
You're not in?
Now
that could be the difference between you winning the World Series and
now
not.
I don't know. I need more than that, but I need a bat. You got to give me a bat, too.
If you get Durant, you are closer to winning a World Series.
Correct.
Without a bat, even.
Yeah. I'm kind of like in the Ray, like I'm reluctantly would say yes. I don't know why I thought he only had 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am not. Listen, if they said that on the phone.
You're in?
I'm in now.
I'm hanging up the phone and thinking about it before I just say, all right, screw it.
Now, we didn't do we forgot to do our Let's Fake a Deal segment. So
we still got time. Plenty of show left.
So we're going to do that after our next break. The Fake a Deal is a bat, by the way. But we've also put this. If it would take Andrew Painter alone to get Durant from the Twins, would you do it? 610-632-0975.
Yeah.
I'm still
hesitantly saying yes, but I don't know. Yes.
Both of you are you're hesitating to say yes, but you're both in.
We're going to talk ourselves into anything.
I'm getting desperate, Mike.
It's a pretty palatable deal. It really is. You're getting immediate help. A guy who could maybe help you win a World Series, and you're giving away your number one prospect who won't haunt you until years down the road.
Or next year.
Or next year. I don't think he's ready for next year.
I think he is.
You think he is?
I do. I think you'll see him next year.
I think he's up and down. I know. I mean, he'll probably be in the big leagues next year.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
what I mean.
will he? How
Oh,
good
actually
will he
come
be?
back to really bite you?
Yeah.
mean? Okay.
Yeah. How long will he bite you? Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Andrew Salciunas.
at the show. There will be digital tickets. Promotions will email the winners with the prize release form and info at the end of the week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've been doing this every day. These are deals that we have conjured up that are realistic, and we try to get an opinion on whether you would do this deal or not. So it's called Let's Fake a Deal.
It might be a bullpen pitcher. It could be an outfielder. Or what if it's both? Let's find out on Let's Fake a Deal. Here's your host, the 17th Assistant General Manager of the Phillies, Mike Missanelli.
Yes, here I am from the back row, yelling and screaming, probably not to do this deal. But Ray Dunn, what is the deal?
Oh, all right. Phillies acquire outfielder Stephen Kwan in exchange. The Guardians acquire Justin Crawford, the third prospect for the Phils, the fifth prospect Arun Escobar, and Seth Johnson, currently the 13th ranked prospect for the Phillies.
Hell no, I'm not doing.
Awful.
I'm not doing that deal.
What kind of deal
Justin
is that?
Crawford's going to be a better player than Stephen Kwan.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Justin Crawford is going to be a better player than Stephen Kwan. Stephen Kwan and his light hitting bat. I know he gets on base. I know he's that type of player. But there's no way I give 3 prospects for Stephen Kwan.
Three for Stephen Kwan is very strange to me.
So
Now, Seth Johnson might not even be a prospect. Justin Crawford and Arun Escobar.
What was your ranking on the Seth Johnson?
13th.
Okay.
The reason they pick him up, the Guardians, in this one is because he's got 100-mile-per-hour fastball, and the Guardians will figure out how to use him.
Okay.
They probably will, but I don't.
If it's just
Justin,
Escobar and Johnson, then maybe
I wouldn't trade Justin Crawford straight up for Stephen Kwan.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
I think Stephen Kwan's like the peak of what Justin Crawford becomes, a Gold Glover who hits for a good average.
Justin Crawford's going to hit more home runs.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
He'll steal more bases.
He might steal more bases.
How many home runs do you have down there at AAA right now?
Like 3.
3?
Yeah, he's not a home run hitter at all. But I think that he is a Gold Glove center fielder that can absolutely hit for average and get on base.
Yeah, I like Justin Crawford a lot.
He's not a.
I think he's a starting
he's
player
not a pop.
for
There's
a lot
no
of
pop.
years.
I'll look up. I said 3. I think that's probably pretty close.
Okay.
I mean, there is a legitimate argument to this is expensive for Kwan. And I would be rather hesitant to do 2 top 5 prospects for Stephen Kwan. But I do think Kwan represents maybe like an 80, 85 percentile result of what Justin Crawford is.
How many home runs does Stephen Kwan have this year?
9.
He's got 9 home runs?
Correct.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Justin Crawford has to. You have to get a bigger piece. Like if Justin Crawford's going to be in the deal, it would have to be for a relief pitcher and Kwan, and that ship sailed with Class A. So, like, I'd be willing to pour out some prospects for Class A Kwan, but not just for Kwan.
All right. I mean, I think you're saying we have Stephen Kwan at home, and I'm saying I haven't seen Justin Crawford at the major league level. Like, Amy, at the beginning of the show, when I read your mind of like, oh, the actual hitter they're going to add at the deadline is Justin Crawford coming up. He could come up and be one of their outfielders. Is that going to be a massive difference for this lineup?
No, but it's a guy that gets on base.
Why? And I raise you Stephen Kwan.
You like Stephen Kwan.
But Stephen
Kwan
Kwan costs me something. Justin Crawford doesn't cost me anything.
It costs you Justin Crawford. And I guess Arun Escobar. If you're big on Arun Escobar, then maybe I offended you on this one.
You did not.
Justin Crawford has to be in a deal that gets me a high-end reliever. That's the way I look at it.
And more.
Reliever, not reliever. What is wrong with me today?
I don't know. What was
I'm an idiot.
Distribution you struggled?
I think it was that distribution letter. It's messing me up here. Bear Portfolio Consultants. Right here.
I hope I get one of these letters. I really do. Maybe I speak it into existence. My phone's listening, and then all of a sudden it'll come happen.
Listen. Please be assured.
I am assured.
That this undertaking is entirely legitimate, devoid of risk, and conducted in strict adherence to the prevailing legal and ethical standards.
If they tell you that, you know it's true.
All relevant documentation has been duly prepared to ensure the seamless execution of this matter. Confidentiality shall be rigorously maintained. Although I kind of blew that out of the water, didn't I?
They mailed you, and it wasn't even
and the
certified,
anticipated time frame for completion is approximately 30 business days from the receipt of your formal consent. As soon as I got this letter, it took me 3 seconds to respond.
Yeah, so you're all set. ChatGPT wrote a heck of a letter.
You think Norbert Portfolio Consultants is chat?
Listen, I think AI can do literally anything anymore.
Rue de Traves?
It's pretty impressive. Listen, you tell ChatGPT to do something, it'll do it. It's also very good English for somebody that's, supposedly writing
it's
in.
signed, yours faithfully, Mr. Arnaud Faubert.
Shouldn't it be Monsieur?
The way it says Mr.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, how do you miss that, ChatGPT? It's clearly Monsieur. Okay?
Maybe not in Belgium.
I guess not.
All right. Let's go back to the phones. We got, let's see, Brian in Pottstown checking in. Brian, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, Brian?
What's up, Mike?
How you doing?
Good. So what you're telling us is in 30 days you'll be on an island somewhere and you won't be on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. Basically, yes.
All right. So here's where I'm at. I think it's malpractice not to make some sort of deal, and I'm most high on the reliever. Then it goes bat, and my third would be if you make no moves, I think you have to trade, which you're probably not going to agree with this, but I think you have to move Ranger Suarez for prospects because next year at the trade deadline, I believe you're going to be in the same position.
Yeah, I think they're willing to do that, though, because the only thing they can count on right now is their starting pitching to get him through the playoffs, and he figures heavily in that. So I don't think you're going to trade him.
Well, here's my I don't know if you agree. Well, I know you don't agree, but when you finally make it to the playoffs, Ranger really I don't think has a place because I don't think they'll move him to the bullpen. And I think with Nola coming back, if he pitches even half decent with that 7-year deal or whatever he has, they're going to put him in the rotation before they would put Ranger just to save Aaron Nola's face.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think it all depends. It all depends on how Ranger's pitching. If a Ranger is in a groove, there's no way they did. Nola positions as the fourth starter for a bigger series, I believe.
Okay, well, but yeah, I think it's malpractice not to make some sort of move.
That means the general manager will be on the hot seat if he doesn't make the deal.
And I 100% think he should be because I think with the deal that we made last year, if I'm not mistaken, didn't we move Sir Anthony for Austin
Hayes
and Soto?
Yeah, and I believe Sir Anthony could be a part of this bullpen right now.
Both of those guys with different squads, by the way.
How about that trade?
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Soto going to haunt us as a Met. Going to haunt us, Ray. Gregory Soto.
Oh, no.
All right, let me give you your general knowledge question here, Bri. We are in the area of musical acts by the letter P. All right? Musical acts by the letter P. So if I give you the songs Opposites Attract and Forever Your Girl, what female singer am I after?
That would be that Paula Abdul.
That is correct. Paula Abdul is right. Let me put Brian on hold here. Paula Abdul. Ray, did you have that one?
I did not, no.
Oh, that's a great video.
Yeah.
All right, Ray.
He's more of an American Idol host than a singer to me.
There you go.
Let's go with this one. Female singer again, Ray. Hit me with your best shot, and we belong.
Singing the song in my head. And
hit me with your best shot.
Come on.
Fire away.
To the lifeline we go.
That would be Pat Benatar.
Oh, God, that's correct. She knew it from the jump. She's helped sing the song.
That's right.
Everyone can sing that song.
Everyone can sing the song, and you went to a lifeline.
Everyone can sing that song. That doesn't mean that you don't know.
The commissioner has to disavow.
Stop it.
She knew it. Sang the song.
What's the point of a lifeline if I can't use it?
Because she tipped it.
I can sing the song. I didn't know who it was. I can sing the song. It's a famous song.
She also trained at Juilliard.
All right. Begging for one. Ray leads 4-2. 610-632-0975. We're back after this.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
One day away. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We're less than 36 hours away from the Major League Baseball trade deadline that Dave Dombrowski has to give his best shot. We will let you know if anything happens throughout the day. Today, we're going to talk to the Hall of Famer Jason Stark coming up at 12:25 about the Phillies, the trade deadline, and, of course, his weekend up in Cooperstown. One of the potential targets for the Phillies could be outfielder Luis Robert, who went 1 for 3 last night against the Phils. The Phils 6-3 win over the White Sox. Jesus Luzardo threw 7 scoreless. Brandon Marsh and Kyle Schwarber were both homering in the win. They'll try to win the series at 2:10 today with Taijuan Walker on the mound. We also got the chance to speak with Larry Bowa in the 11 o'clock hour about the passing of his good friend and Baseball Hall of Famer Ryne Sandberg. You can listen to that conversation one more time on our website, 975thefanatic.com. Eagles have a closed walkthrough today as training camp continues. Jalen Hurts spoke to the media yesterday about the offense and how it's coming along.
When you're implementing new philosophical bases in a system, it's important to go out there, get reps in it. Right now, we're in a time where we're just making things our own, being different in some areas, also just getting good reps so we can have something to learn from.
We'll keep you updated with everything going on in camp. This update is brought to you by Dairy Queen. DQ is about to be even sweeter because July 31st is Miracle Treat Day. When $1 from every Blizzard Treat Sports Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. DQ, happy taste good at participating locations. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
12 noon, everybody. And that's the song. The Philadelphia 76ers. Soon to be signed. Two-guard. Quentin Grimes. It's noon time. You're listening to the Mike Missanelli Show, WPEN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group station. Broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studios. Powering Possibilities with Amy Fadul today, and it's noontime, which means it is time for a little something we do called The News at Noon.
There's a whole lot going on in this world. It's time to catch up. Here's the News at Noon. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
The News at Noon presented by Ray Dunn starts today with a little kid who used to stroll around the Phillies clubhouse way back in the day. And he's now the manager of the New York Yankees. Right, Ray?
He's now an angry adult.
Yes, he is an angry adult.
Aaron Boone will yell at just about anyone.
He is an angry fella.
I'm sure he was not thrilled with the weekend that took place for the Yankees against the Phillies. Phil's taking 2 of 3. And, of course, Aaron Boone also with the Philadelphia background, an Eagles fan. How did he feel about hearing those Eagles chants at Yankee Stadium over the weekend? He was on the Talkin' Yanks podcast and was asked about it.
There were Eagle chants at Yankee Stadium over the weekend. That's got to be a weird fever dream for you because, again, you're an Eagles fan. We love and respect that for you. But are you looking around like, what the hell is going on here?
It's the only time I've wanted to vomit hearing that. In that context, I hated it. So, fortunately, when it was going up Sunday, we were in the process of winning the game, so that helped a little bit. But it's the only time I do not like that.
Well, first of all, you can't be the manager of the Yankees and still be an Eagle fan.
Also, does it make you? Why would it make you vomit? Because you got to.
Well, he's playing up to the microphone.
Your opposing
there.
team is in there. Well,
I don't think
stinks.
Yeah, figuratively he wanted to vomit, but isn't it a violation? Like I'd be offended if my manager was a Cowboy fan or something. You know, like
openly, I think you mean.
Yeah,
they're going to be those.
Yeah.
They're going to be those fans.
You can't openly be an Eagle fan if you're managing the Yankees.
Kind of weird. It's a weird vibe.
I'll be ripping him daily on Sports Talk Radio for that.
Yeah.
All right,
Give him a reason to be conflicted.
Can't wait for Nick Sirianni to wear a Yankee hat.
Was Sirianni
He would
a Yankee
never.
fan?
He would never.
Well, I mean, he's too much of a panderer, yeah.
He would never. No, he's.
Is he a Yankee fan?
No, he's not a Yankee fan. I would say
He's a
that
New
would be
York
the
guy.
parallel. That would be the parallel.
He's a New York guy. Like, I think that's a
He
legitimate
is a New
question.
York guy. Has anybody asked him what he's a fan of growing up?
I mean,
it's an underplayed
growing up,
story.
he probably was a Yankee. That's like, yeah, I also liked, the Lakers. Like, come on.
Coming up at 2 o'clock. Bill.
Oh, my
Well,
gosh.
it's Thomps's fault that Sirianni's not a Yankee fan or not a Phillies fan.
But you didn't do the voice inflection. You have to if you're going to imitate Bill, you got to do the Bill voice.
I told you, I don't have enough roids in the system for that one.
All right, what's next?
All right, second up here. Pablo Torre and Shane Battier have been getting into some really good behind-the-curtain NBA moments from his career over the last couple weeks on that podcast. And Shane Battier shared a story about his first ever players-only meeting and how dumb he was in it. Take a listen.
All the movies, say, the captains, the veterans, they call a players-only meeting. We're going to air our grievances, and we're going to have a kumbaya moment, and that's going to propel us to better performance, okay? And so during this particular locker room meeting, here I am, full of righteousness coming from Duke, the Coach K way.
Yep.
And I'm the first one to stand up, and I say, I got to be honest. The veteran leadership on this team sucks. Very honest, very direct. And they said, hey, Duke boy, shut the up, go sit in the corner.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Who are you? And I was just like, oh, man, I did not read the room. It humbled me.
Where do you get the balls?
Yes,
as a rookie.
He said where he got it. I was full of the Duke righteousness. He literally said it.
Seriously?
He knew it. The thing is, I appreciate the fact that he recognized that that's how they carry themselves when you come from that program.
Spoken like a true Kentuckian.
100%.
Of course, there'd be that kind of venom being spewed.
He said I was full of Duke
he's
righteousness.
A smart guy. How could he not figure out that you can't challenge the leadership on a professional basketball team?
With their hands up. Look at me.
You're right.
I played for Coach K. I'm the
that's
best.
Nauseating.
Get out of here.
That really is.
Book smart, different then people
I
start.
guess.
No, he's like Coach K. Like, listen, I appreciate that you carry yourself so well, but come on.
Oh,
Got to read the room there.
Come on, Shane.
How are you the first one to stand up to as a rookie?
It's unbelievable
Who do
to
you
me.
think you are?
You weren't even that good of a player. I mean, you were an okay player. All right, what's next?
All right, last one for you. Bryce Harper's words. The commissioner this week generated some reaction, and Dan Patrick did not appreciate at all what Harper had to say for the commissioner.
That's embarrassing for Bryce Harper. It really is. You know, you got your players are there. The commissioner at least came in to talk to the players, and then you're gonna react that way instead of being mature. Instead of saying to Rob Manfred, let's talk. Let's talk about this. Or maybe the commissioner should have given Bryce Harper a heads up and said, hey, I'm going to bring this up. What do you think? And then Bryce Harper might have said, don't bring it up. Don't bring that in here. It's not going to go well. But I give the commissioner credit. He's at least trying to talk to the players. And is there going to be a work stoppage? Can you get a salary cap? How many owners would be in favor of that? The players aren't in favor of that. I certainly understand that. But for Bryce Harper to act that way, like, who are you? I mean, you got your money. You're good. Maybe you're fighting for everybody else. I understand that. But this is the commissioner of the game.
Oh, my
He's
God.
at least talking to you. Would you have more respect if he didn't?
He doesn't know no one knows exactly how this went down, too. It wasn't like the commissioner said, like, we should have a salary cap, and the first response was that.
Like, this isn't transparent enough that he wants to continue to have access to get the commissioner on the show, so he kisses his ass like that? Come on, Dan. You know what was embarrassing, Dan? The fact that you were in Happy Gilmore 2. That was embarrassing. There you go.
That's incredible. You wrote it back to Happy Gilmore.
Yeah,
too.
that was pretty impressive.
That was impressive.
That's embarrassing that you were actually in Happy Gilmore 2. Speaking of things embarrassing. All right, that's the news and noon. 610-632-0975. Jason Stark's coming our way at, just about, do math, 18 minutes. 18 minutes, Jason Stark. We got a lot of callers on hold who want to play General Knowledge Wednesday, where the prize is Phillies tickets. A lot of conversation about the trading deadline. And the show continues after this.
Ricky Bo, Bill
We got a lot of calls on hold. One play general knowledge against Ray, where Ray is kicking arse. Ray 4, audience 2 today.
Correct.
Ray, you haven't had a big triumph like this in a while where you swamped the audience.
Yeah, I haven't had a blowout in a while. This is a real show it type of week for me.
And guess
right
who you're going against right now? The great Vicente from Lansdowne. Oh, Vicente, hola, amigo.
Hola, amigo. My name is Buenas tardes.
Oh, ¿qué tal?
And also to the señorita Amy.
Sí.
It was a good looking to see wearing
muy
USA,
bonita.
USA.
Gracias. Thank you.
What did you say?
She said gracias.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, de nada, amiga.
De nada, amiga. Think nothing of it, amiga.
We had to tell Dave Dombrowski to do a big deal, just like he mentioned before, to give up the top, players for acquiring David. What's the name? John Duran.
Joan Duran.
Manuel Duran. This is a Dominican guy.
Yes.
From the Pirates.
Yes. No, he's not. Duran's from Minnesota.
From the Twins. I'm sorry.
Twins.
And then also try to see if he can get in touch with the Pirates to get David Bednar and the starter Mitch Keller.
Oh, you want three guys?
Do you think?
You want Mitch
Yes,
Keller?
I mean, we have the money.
Yeah, they're not going to get three guys. You have to give up your whole farm system for that.
Oh my God!
You can't just pay for those guys.
How do you improve? If World Series of bust, what will you do, Mike?
Well, I don't think they think it's World Series or bust because they think they're going to come back with a similar team next year that can challenge again. We think it's World Series or bust. I don't think the front office does. And that's why I don't think they're going to make a big deal.
All right. So, but just like Larry Bowa said, we had to get Durant.
I agree. Yohan Duran is, to me,
so what are you going to give up for Durant?
Well, I would try not to give up
take a
Painter. I would have to give up Justin Crawford and or Miller or both to get him.
That's what Amy said. She's finally on board.
She's on board.
Giving up Painter.
Yeah, it took me a minute.
Yeah, I don't know. Painter straight up could do it, possibly. I'm not sure. Maybe it would. Your number one prospect has to do it.
I don't think so.
Amy looks wonderful wearing the USA flag.
That's right.
And the t-shirt.
Oh, she's got the dream team on.
And I'm just wondering how she get the stamina because yesterday in the morning she was with Kincade and Salciunas. And now she's
the hardest worker in show business.
I don't know about that.
I know. Correct, Fabundo.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Vicente, the category for General Knowledge Wednesday, you should know because you know American history. It's the president's category.
Oh, my God.
All right. So give me the two presidents whose middle initial was D.
D.
D is in David.
Middle initial. D as in David?
D as in David.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, middle initial.
Middle initial was D. Two presidents.
Okay. Jesus Christ. David as in Howard doesn't count? David?
No. Sorry, Vicente. Sorry, you're out. Wow, this is an easy question.
It is an easy question.
And I don't think I'm going to give it to Ray.
No. Ray, do you know it?
The president,
we use these. That's how you use the middle initial.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
There you go.
And I don't think he knows it.
It's funny because I had this conversation with my brother. We were doing like a historical back and forth in this. And I actually answered this question about a month ago. Now I forget who.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Oh, Dwight D.
Dwight D. Eisenhower. Yeah. So does that count as giving Ray a question?
You said you weren't.
You said you weren't going to give it to him, and I said, "Hey, why don't you just answer it anyway?"
All right.
You have to give him a different question.
I'm giving him one. Yeah. Whose father was also president?
List all of them?
There's two of them.
So John Quincy Adams, and then George Bush.
I mean, these are pretty.
I didn't think you were going to get John Quincy. I swear to God. Ray is
I'm not
just,
that far removed from the American public education system. They focus a lot on
I didn't think you were going to get John Quincy Adams. I didn't think you were going to know that he was his son, John Adams' son. We had John Adams earlier.
Yeah, John Quincy Adams.
I didn't know you knew that John Quincy. I thought you thought John Quincy Adams was another guy, not a son.
No, the Adams I like the best is Sam. But
There's a
that's
lot of
different story.
relatives.
Oh
There's, like,
man,
nephews
Ray!
and
This is not an it's not unfair fight now. Ray 5, the audience 2. Audience, you're disappointing me today.
This is rare. Ray's dominating.
It really is rare.
Hell yeah.
Let's go back to the text board. What do we got?
Oh, text board decided to reload while you're doing it. That's nice. Always love when the text board does that. We have a lot of people chiming in on the Let's Fake a Deal from earlier, saying that we are a little bit too high on Crawford. He's a ground ball merchant who can't hit the ball in the air.
That's okay. He's a good player. He's a 300-plus hitter. He gets your lineup some speed and diversity, and he's a good center fielder. I'll take him.
Another text here, can only hope Crawford turns into Quan, an all-star, gold glove, who doesn't strike out and bats almost 300.
How old is Stephen Kwan?
Like 27, I think.
Is he?
Crawford's 21.
Maybe I am overvaluing Crawford for Kwan. I just think that Crawford has a higher upside than
He'll
Kwan.
be 28 in September.
He'll be 28?
28 September 5th.
See, now you're twisting me. Now I got to reconsider this. Our Let's Fake a Deal was the Phillies would acquire Stephen Kwan, and they would have to get rid of who?
It was Seth Johnson,
Arun Escobar,
and Justin Crawford.
So two prospects that are highly regarded,
Escobar
and a
and
throw-in in Seth Johnson.
Yeah, who, I'm telling you, Guardians put him in their pitching machine. He somehow ends up a setup guy for them.
I don't understand how the Phillies can't put him in the pitching machine. The guy has a 100-mile-an-hour reserve, and he's got a good slider when he can locate it. What is stopping this guy? What's his problem?
Just said it. Location.
He can't locate.
He throws. He doesn't pitch.
He's had 6 years in the minor league system to figure it out. What's wrong with him?
I'll ask him next time.
God, why didn't you give me 100? God, I didn't ask for anything. I'm not even asking for the $9 million.
I mean, you're kind of by responding.
Actually, technically, that's
I'm not
probably
praying
closer,
to God for
that's
it.
Closer
That's
to probably
fair.
like $11.5 million because the way the dollar against the euro. So
I asked God once for one thing, to make a 6-foot putt in a big match I was playing.
Did you make it?
No.
Oh,
he's abandoned you.
Oh man, probably comes back to the Ashes story.
God, I said before I hit the ball, I go, God, I never asked you for anything. Just please let me make this putt.
I feel like you might ask him for something. Maybe one.
I don't know. I'm pretty. I don't like.
God, come on.
I don't like to burden him. I don't like.
Well,
he's
it's nice of you.
He's got a lot of stuff
Got a
going
lot of
on
stuff
up
to
there.
parse through.
610-632-0975. Jason Stark is coming up at 12:25 to talk some baseball issues. Will the Phillies make a deal? He's on the inside of it. We'll get his story after this.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
One day away, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We're less than 36 hours away from the Major League Baseball trade deadline. Name an outfield or relief pitcher, and I'm sure we've talked about at this point the Phillies being linked to a number of players as we get closer to the deadline. We're going to keep you updated as things happen, and we'll talk to the Hall of Famer Jason Stark coming up next about the Phillies. The trade deadline is weekend in Cooperstown. One of those targets for the Phillies at the deadline could be out for Luis Robert. He went 1 for 3 last night against the Phillies, and the Phillies 6-3 win over the White Sox. Jesus Luzardo throwing 7 scoreless. Brandon Marsh, Kyle Schwarber both homering in the win. Phil's looking to win the series at 2:10 today with Taijuan Walker on the mound. We spoke to Larry Bowa in the 11 o'clock hour about the passing of his good friend and Baseball Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg. If you want to catch that conversation one more time, you can on our website, 975thefanatic.com. Eagles have closed walkthrough today as training camp continues. Jalen Hurts spoke to the media yesterday about how the offense is coming along.
When you're implementing new philosophical bases in a system, it's important to go out there, get reps in it. Right now, we're in a time where we're just making things our own, being different in some areas, also just getting good reps so we can have something to learn from.
We'll continue to keep you updated with everything going on at camp. This update brought to you by Payday. Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar, so grab one now to power you through the day. Payday peanut butter caramel bar. Get to it. I'm Ray Dunn, and your home for the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5, The Fanatic. 610-632-0975 is how you get in on General Knowledge Wednesday. But let's bring in our next guest who joins us every week. He, of course, is one of the great baseball journalists that this country has ever produced. He's in the Hall of Fame for it. He does a podcast called Starkville. He writes a tremendous column for The Athletic, an alumnus of the Philadelphia Inquirer way back in the day. He's the great Jason Stark. Hello, Jason.
Mike, how are you?
Fantastic. Now, Jason, you just come back from the obviously the Hall of Fame induction, so I want to talk about that first before we get to the business at hand, which is the trading deadline. Are you welcome every year you go back? Are you welcome with throngs of crowds when you go back to the Hall of Fame? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It's hard to say who has the bigger throng, me or Ichiro, Mike.
Well, I know
close.
Ichiro was there this year, but there's got to be a Jason Stark fan club somewhere around there, no?
I would say I probably signed more autographs that weekend in Cooperstown than the rest of the year combined. But just because, I can walk the streets and people kind of don't think of me as any huge deal. But in Cooperstown, that's kind of my crowd.
You're anonymous and yet you're a star there. It's a beautiful thing for you. Now this was.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It's really cool to be there. Because I'm in the writers' wing, I get invited back every year and get a level of access to people, to Hall of Famers, to the Otasaga Hotel that not everybody gets, and it's just magical. It's special.
Ichiro, you brought up. He had a couple of biting comments. I didn't know Ichiro was that type of cat.
He's a funny dude. Even when he was being translated from Japanese to English back in the day, he had a lot of memorable lines. But that speech was the funniest Hall of Fame speech I can ever remember. It goes on the Mount Rushmore of Hall of Fame speeches. How about the line about the Miami Marlins calling him and him telling them, "I have never heard of your team." Wow.
Yeah.
And he delivers this in English and nails every line.
In English.
So
now, when did he never spoke English as a player. Had he?
Oh, okay, so he speaks and understands English fluently. He just doesn't choose to speak it in interviews in order to express himself properly in the moment.
Okay.
But when he can write it down, then it's no longer a problem. So he said that he wrote his speech in Japanese and then had his wife put it together in English for him. And he might have rehearsed it more rehearsals than he had hits, 4,000, something like that, because he just crushed it. I never met him before because he was never a guy that you could just chit-chat with.
Yeah.
So I did finally meet him the other day after the round table on the field, and on Monday afternoon, I had to request permission from his people to say hello to him. And they said, okay, just make it quick. So I said, I would like to say hello. I'm Jason Stark. He looks at me and he says, I am Ichiro. That's the coolest moment. Yeah, I know who you are, man. I do.
So he had to go through the protocol of asking his people.
Yeah, we wound up bowing to each other at the end. It was a really cool thing. The crowd was chanting during his speech, Ichiro, Ichiro. He bowed after every time they said it.
Wow.
What a cool man.
So you learned that bowing is good. You get a bow from that?
Yeah, I got to work on my bowing.
You'll pick that up pretty quickly. So let's talk about the main event for a lot of Philadelphia people is Dick Allen gets inducted, and it was very emotional. He had a lot of people there. Try to put that in perspective, what you witnessed and what you heard and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I know that people around the country and around the world are going to remember that as Ichiro's Hall of Fame induction weekend, but there were as many Philadelphians there, I thought, as from anywhere else because of what Dick Allen represents. And you used the word emotional. It really was. I was lucky enough to attend the party that the Phillies threw to celebrate this on Saturday night. And, Mike, I've been to a lot of these parties. This was the most emotionally powerful Hall of Fame party that I have ever attended. John Middleton spoke beautifully. People were in tears. Mike Schmidt was breaking up listening to it. Then Schmitty spoke. Described DeGallon as one of the most career-changing teammates that he'd ever had. Mike Tolan, our friend, the filmmaker, working on a major Dick Allen motion picture, he spoke. And my friend Chuck Brodsky, the singer-songwriter, played a beautiful song about Dick Allen, and people were weeping. I've never experienced anything quite like it. And he last played a game almost 50 years ago. It's very rare that a star player, and so many people's favorite star player from back in the day, waits so many years to go into the Hall of Fame, and I think that added to the power of the experience.
What do you think? Because Dick Allen was my guy too, growing up. Obviously, what was it about him that it seemed like everybody else, the Phillies organization, had a problem with him. Fans always loved the guy.
Well, there's a lot of booing going on.
Yeah, well, except for when the headlight incident and all that. So when things went really bad, it
was a difficult.
But when he first came up,
in many ways. But I mean, here's how I've always tried to describe it to people: is even as a little kid, you have a sense for what human beings are capable of, what's possible and what's not possible. The baseballs that Dick Allen hit that never came down, where he hit them in old Connie Mack Stadium, over the billboards atop that roof, over the center field fence 447 feet away, over the flagpole. Humans couldn't do that. That's what I always thought. But apparently not. He was someone who changed my perception of what was possible for human beings. And so he was the first player I can ever remember where if Dick Allen was coming to bat, I wasn't going to do my homework. I was going to be late for dinner. You had to watch that. You might feel that way about Kyle Schwarber now, or Bryce, or Ohtani, Judge, but I never felt that way until Dick Allen came along. I mean, don't you think I'm capturing this? This is, there's documentation that nobody in history hit a ball harder or farther than Dick Allen, except for Babe Ruth. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Jason, let me turn your attention to the Phillies and what's going to happen in the next couple of days. Everybody's on edge about it. I don't know what kind of feel you get for this at this particular time, but you talk to so many people. How close are they, and how willing are they to make a big deal?
Very willing. I've talked to Dave personally about this a couple times, and John Middleton was on our Starkville podcast today. Recommend that highly. He talked about the deadline, about Kyle Schwarber, and about Dick Allen. But Dave has described it to me this way. He is looking for someone who can get the last outs of a huge game, who can do it in Philadelphia, who can do it in October, and who has been there and done it before. But who the heck is that, Mike? Yeah. The other thing is he would ideally prefer it to be someone who is controllable, who he would keep to solve their bullpen challenges beyond this year. Who's that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it. I don't know. I'm getting the feeling that they're not going to do something. I really don't. I don't know why.
I disagree.
Well, I mean, I hope they do something, but I'm talking about something really significant. I'm not so sure they're going to get there, and I just don't know who that guy could be. Like, who's the most likely guy that makes the buzz here in town?
Yeah, I mean, you're describing it correctly. What they're shopping for is barely available. I know this would be surprising to people. I honestly think that their top target has become Griffin Jacks, who's actually the setup man for Johan Duran in Minnesota, but it really doesn't sound like they want to trade him. He's got 2.5 years of control, and if they trade Rohan Duran, then it sounds to me like they're being asked for Andrew Painter. Okay, and I just don't see that. I know they've definitely inquired about Mason Miller. It sounds to me like Andrew Painter would probably be what the A's have asked for him. I can't see them paying that price. Let me try to explain it to you, because hey, the owner on our podcast alluded to this a little bit.
Yes, we played the highlights of that.
Similarities. Yeah, this team has some similarities to 2011. Not as good, but will go as far as their pitching will carry them. And they know they've got to fix the bullpen to make that formula work. But then the other thing that John said on this podcast was he looked at 2011 and what happened after 2011. And they don't want to do that again, where everything just crumbles after that. So this is a really pivotal year in the life of the franchise, because it's time to start infusing the next core as they start to move on from this core. So that's Painter, Aiden Miller, Justin Crawford. There's a couple more. But so if they're going to give up anyone from what they view as the next core, then it has to be to acquire another player or players who will form that core. Understand?
We knocked this question around specifically. Painter for Duran. And all three of us here, and Amy Fadul's with us today, all three of us said we have to do it. We have to do it. If it costs you Painter, because otherwise, if you come up with lesser than, then you're cheating yourself, possibly like bringing all the ammo to the table to try to win something.
Yeah, they're not doing that. Painter's a firm no from what I've heard from other teams. Like they still think he's got a chance to be Garrett Cole. And, the command hasn't come all the way back in the first year back after Tommy John, but he's a move-the-needle player, and I just don't see it. Would you trade Aiden Miller for Duran?
Yeah.
I think they would.
You wouldn't, maybe?
If they trade him.
You like Aiden Miller that much? You wouldn't trade him for Duran? No, she's saying no.
Very, very tempting. But wouldn't you need a bat back?
Yes.
Because he's got to be.
Aiden Miller can't play for me right now. So I get it why you won't get. Exactly. But he's going to, right? So it's like.
Duran's your closer for 3 years, three playoff runs.
He's still, which is great.
All right, Jason, let's get to our stat of the week. Which is really interesting because it bumps up against some other numbers that the Phillies offense has not been that bad over the last 40 games. So what is our stat of the week?
Okay, here we go. Mike, you know how many home runs all the Phillies outfielders have hit combined this year? How about 30? It's almost August. The whole outfield, everybody they've run out there, has 30 homers. The outfield as recently as 2019 hit 94. I mean, Bryce was an outfielder then, and he was a 35-homer guy then, so that helped. But 94 to 30, the 2009 team went to the World Series. The outfield hit 88. Like Jason Worth, Raul Ibanez hit 70 between just the two of them that year. Yeah. Even 2023, that team should have gone to the World Series. That outfield hit 75 homers, and this outfield has 30. So why are they in the outfield section of the aisle, like of the big trade deadline superstore? That's why.
Yeah.
But it's why Stephen Kwan doesn't solve this problem. Just like bringing up Justin Crawford doesn't solve this problem.
Exactly.
Conversely, though,
Suarez does.
The last 40 games, 6th in runs scored, 5th in OPB, 3rd in OPS.
Yeah, what Jason was talking about, like that stat, like about a month ago, was like 16.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a glaring need for pop in the outfield.
Yeah, what happened a month ago? Bryce came back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no doubt about it. That's exactly what happened.
Right.
All right. So, Jason, to summarize this, do they have enough offense right now without making a deal if they get a bullpen piece?
I think he'll get some complimentary bat. I don't think that's the main focus. Like I'm really dubious about Luis Robert. I know people love talking about it because they're there, but come on, He's got fewer homers than Cody Clemens. He's got a lower slug than Max Kepler. 2 straight years with a on base under 300. Well, come on, like
yeah, I hear you.
I would never give up anything meaningful for that guy. They might, but I would never. And then he's going to get a late inning reliever. I just don't think that Duran is going to happen because the Dodgers are in that market, the Mets are in that market, the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Tigers. There's just too many teams shopping in that aisle. How about Ryan Helsley? I'm not sure if they're going to move him, but price would be a lot less because he's a rental. And then I think this offseason, he's the guy they most want to sign. So you trade for him and then sign him. How would that work for you?
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'd have to be okay.
He throws 100.
Yeah, I love guys that throw 100. You know me. I'm a 100 man.
He saved 50 last year.
Yeah, I like him. I'll take it.
I could see something along those lines. I don't see like a David Bednar or like Kyle Finnegan, those kinds of guys. What big game have they ever pitched in?
Yeah,
Dave's not looking at that.
Jason, always a pleasure. Great to talk with you, and we'll get you next week. And stay tuned because you're about to be busy.
Exactly. He's already.
Yeah. You're about to be busier
Mike,
than
Amy,
normal.
great to talk to you.
Take care. Oh, excuse me. There. What I did, I messed up. Jason Stark, and he joins us every week, every Wednesday on the 97.5 The Fanatic. So it's still General Knowledge Wednesday when you have a lot of people on hold who bailed out because we had Jason, but you're back in because Ray Dunn is kicking your tail today. We have only 2 correct answers from the audience today, as opposed to Ray's 5. And the prize today, you win Phillies tickets against the Tigers Friday night. The big prize. It's the Mike Missanelli Show back after this.
Now, a Birds Insider update on 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
A closed walkthrough today. I'm Ray Dunn with this Birds Insider update. The Eagles today with a closed walkthrough. The media not having access to today's practice. Of course, the media was there yesterday, and one of the big battles that we're watching right now across camp is that second cornerback spot, what they will do with it. After Dory Jackson got all the headlines early in the week, it was Keely Ringo yesterday that ends up bouncing back and having himself a day. Another big battle that we're watching right now across camp is that right guard spot. Tyler Steen apparently with a good showing on Tuesday as he tries to put a lock on that right guard spot, the 3rd consecutive season that he is battling for that job. Inside linebacker right now with the injury to Nakobe Dean, something that plenty of people are following. Jeremiah Trotter with an impressive Tuesday. Obviously, he and Jahad Campbell kind of the lead candidates right now to try and take that second starting role next to Zach Bond. We also got a chance to hear from the quarterback, and Jalen Hurts shared his thoughts on how the offense is coming along.
When you're implementing new philosophical bases in a system, it's important to go out there, get reps in it. Right now, we're in a time where we're just making things our own, being different in some areas, also just getting good reps so we can have something to learn from.
They're going to continue to try and learn as they move forward. Almost a week now to the preseason opener as we continue through camp. We'll keep you updated throughout the day on it here on The Fanatic. I'm Ray Dunn with this Birds Insider on your home for the best Birds coverage in Philly, 97.5 The Fanatic.
We're going to play a game called Keep or Throw Away. You know why we're doing that, Amy? Because Ray Dunn is moving.
Oh, this is
And he's got a bunch of stuff that he's either going to carry with him to a new joint or get rid of. Memorabilia.
If it brings you joy, that's what you're supposed to ask. If it brings you joy.
I've gone with the rule, if I haven't seen it in the 3 years I've lived in the apartment, it's gone.
Yeah. When we moved, if it was in a box when it was there, I opened it. No. It stays in the box. It goes right back out. That's done.
Yeah. All right, but Ray's got some quality items he has to decide.
Some quality.
So we're going to
me.
We're going to be the arbiters of this whole thing.
For some people, they're going to be like, throw that out, and be like, no.
Well, we're going to take that
I live with someone that keeps like daily newses from 20 years ago. Those are all online now. So.
Was going through things.
I don't know why we had them still.
If someone was opening a museum for me in my life, they would have the most material in the world. I have broadcast notes from a random high school game I did like 5 years ago. I was like, why did I think to keep this the last time I moved? Yeah. With all due respect to the people that played in that game, nobody's asking me for anything back on that game. Or wants to see, what did Ray have in his notes?
You keep, now everything's online, I get it, but like, do you keep, I keep hard copy calendars. Like every year, like stuff that like with daily planner.
Oh, like yeah.
Do you keep that stuff? No.
I used to have a planner, but no, I threw that.
I had a bunch of them, and I went back to like 2014, 2015 on stuff that
it was stuff you make. It's interesting.
I can't get rid of it. It's like the history of my life. Normally, I wouldn't remember it unless I had these things documented.
The little note on September 4th.
Like when I had this particular surgery, or like
you need to keep. Why do you?
Because I've had 8 of them, and I can't keep track of them all. And
that's what your medical records are for.
People ask me, when did you get that done? I go, I don't know, but let me look at my calendar.
I don't know. Do I need your house? All right.
It's funny you say that, because one of the notebooks I found was like student radio, like a note log from when I was the general manager of the station of like the different meetings I had. And one of my meeting notes with our old sales manager was, this kid, Sam Haddon, looks like a good person to replace him, who ended up becoming my roommate, who I'm moving to another apartment with now.
See?
So I have the original meeting note of when that guy first came across my radar as someone that would be working at the station, and then ended up becoming great friends with him, now living with him.
It's interesting stuff when you go back and you find these little tidbits of your history.
Yeah, I was a sucker there. I kept that one. I kept the notebook with that one.
Well, we're going to decide what you should keep and what you should throw away. In the meantime, Jason alluded to some things John Middleton said to him when he had him on his podcast, Starksville. And one of the things was he compared the 2009 and 11 to the present day era and the mistakes they may have made. Here's what he had to say.
I think if you go back and look at what Ruben Amaro did in 09, 10, and 11 for the Phillies, it was 3 of the best years a contending team could possibly have had in terms of signing free agents, making trades in the offseason, making trades at the trade deadline. I mean, you literally give them an A+ for every move, and you give them an A+++ for the series of moves that he made over that period of time, and we never won. And in fact, we exited the playoffs 1 round earlier every single year. So people who forget history are condemned to repeat it, as the old saying goes, and you got to be careful. We're going to be playing baseball next year and 5 years from now and 10 years from now, and if you trade everybody away and you're cupboard bare, and you don't win the World Series, that's a crushing blow. And look what happened to us after 11 as the players aged out. Some got, were hurt, like Ryan Howard, but we had nothing to reload, frankly, absolutely none. I mean, so people talk too much about what you need, and they don't think enough about what you have to give up to get what you need.
All right, that's logical what he said, but Ray, why does that bug you, what he said? Because it bugs me, too.
Bugs me so much because what did they give up from 9 to 11 that ended up turning into anything? That's the biggest thing for me right now. From 2009 to 2011, what prospect can you point to and say, wow, they really regret giving up that guy? And on top of that, in 2011, how many of the guys that were supposed to be part of the next window just didn't turn into who they were supposed to be? You didn't draft well enough. You didn't develop well enough. And some of those guys that you thought were going to turn into something a part of this next window after 11 turned about to be total duds.
And that's exactly the point I had. Like, it was an indictment of your lousy system, basically, is what it was. Now, so he said, like, You're not supposed to have a priority to. Are you supposed to have a priority to win or to hope that your system pays dividends down the road? Like, as an owner, your priority should be to win. So just because Ruben's moves didn't work out didn't mean it wasn't the right thing to do.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I pulled up some of the names because we talked about this when Ray mentioned, the trades, and I was like, oh, who are some of these names? Like in the big trades, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Hunter Pence trade was the big 2011 trade.
Yep.
Ready? Jonathan Singleton, Jared Cosart, and Josh Zide. He was the player to be named later.
I can't believe they gave up on Josh Zide.
Yeah.
2010, they trade for the Roy Oswalt. That was the big trade, right?
Yep.
Jay Happ, Anthony Goss, and Jonathan VR.
Yeah. VR was supposed to be a shortstop.
That was like the big guy,
Goss
right?
was supposed to be a good player, and Jay Happ did have a good
Jay Happ was
decent
fine.
career.
Yeah, it was fine.
Is he the type of guy that would have kept them in contention?
No.
Yeah, I think it's about. And listen, they had good years. Middleton's point still stands that they regressed every year.
Mm-hmm.
They lost in the World Series, then the championship series, and then the DS or whatever else. But I honestly, the answer to your question is like, what's more important? The answer is both, because you don't have sustained success unless you have the stuff down in the form. Like, it's just not. It's never going to work.
Right, but the fact that they traded away their prospects that he so beloved that would have sustained their system, the fact that they weren't anything.
There is one.
Who?
So Kyle Drabeck, Travis d'Arnaud, and Michael Taylor. That was the Cliff Lee trade.
Yeah, Michael Taylor went nowhere. D'Arnaud's still playing.
There you go. There's your guy.
Travis d'Arnaud.
Travis d'Arnaud is it.
And that was the guy that
And
was
Kyle
going to
Drabeck.
sling them
Drabeck
right back
didn't
into
work out.
contention.
But like it's interesting to look back on those
It
big
really
trades.
is. 610-632-0975. Nick and B are on the line. They want to play general knowledge and kick Ray's ass. That's coming up soon. And Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
1 day away. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We're less than 36 hours away from Major League Baseball trade deadline, and any player you name out there, we have had a conversation with at this point. We're going to keep you updated as things happen with this Phillies team. We spoke to Hall of Famer Jason Stark earlier on in this hour. Griffin Jax was the big name that came out of that conversation with Jason Stark, but for the full conversation about the weekend at Cooperstown and what the Phillies might do at the deadline, go to our website, 975thefanatic.com. One of our potential targets for the Phillies could be outfielder Luis Robert, who went 1 for 3 last night against the Phillies in the Phils' 6-3 win over the White Sox. Jesus Luzardo threw 7 scoreless. Brandon Marsh, Kyle Schwarber both homered in the victory. They'll try to win the series today at 2:10. Weather pending. Apparently not great weather out there in Chicago. Taijuan Walker's supposed to take the mound for the Phils. We also spoke to Larry Bowa in the 11 o'clock hour about the passing of his good friend and Baseball Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg. If you want to catch that conversation, it's our website, 975thefanatic.com. Eagles with a close walkthrough today as training camp continues on. We are just about a week and a day away from them hitting the preseason field for the first time. We'll keep you updated with everything going on at camp. This update is brought to you by AAA Tire and Auto Service. Visit your local AAA Tire and Auto Service location. Save $40 on any repair of $150 or more. This offer valid August 1st through August 30th. See store for complete details. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Missanelli Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. By the way, Jason Stark mentioned the name Mike Tollin. He will be on as our guest next week, Ray.
Oh, really?
The big producer.
Yes.
Hollywood producer of sports movies.
Yeah, he was quoting that
Very
great
famous
column.
guy. He's from, he went to Haverford School.
Huh.
He's a local guy. And Dick Allen, he got very close to Dick Allen and was a confidant of his for his entire life.
Wow.
And put him in 2 movies. You know, Mike Tollin did a couple of my favorite sports movies. Varsity Blues, Coach Carter, very underrated.
Very good movie.
Coach Carter.
Yeah.
He did, he produced The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary, 10-part,
Yeah.
Last Dance. He also did Summer Catch. Have you seen that movie with Jessica Biel and
That
Freddie
movie
Prinze
is
Jr.?
Awful.
What?
That's a terrible movie.
Oh, it's fantastic.
No.
I love
you
love
had me
Summer
all-
Catch. Summer
it's
Catch?
too hokey for me.
Still, of course it's hokey.
Yeah.
What else did he do? He did another one that I'm missing here. Oh, he did Radio.
Yeah, Last Dance. Radio, the South Carolina football player story?
Radio was the guy who was the manager.
Yeah,
Cuba
from South
Gooding
Carolina
Jr.
football,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I've met the real guy. That's a good movie.
Yeah, I don't think I saw Radio. Arliss, when that was on.
Oh, on HBO?
But there's another movie I'm missing, another big one.
Yeah, one of my favorite 30 for 30s.
Did he? What was
one?
30 for 30?
Who killed the USFL?
Oh, yeah. That was,
Oh,
that was
okay.
actually on 2 nights ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one.
Yes. Yeah, so he's going to be on. We got in touch with him, and he's gonna come on. He did the baseball bunch, like way back in the day. Like it was one of his first things, the baseball bunch. A lot of people remember that from back then. Arliss, Smallville, and then he did a bunch of like Good Burger, which was on Nickelodeon. All right. Anyway, you're listening to the Mike Missanelli Show, WPEN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group station, broadcasting from the Comcast Business Studios, powering possibilities. All right, let's start the 1 o'clock hour with some phone calls. A lot of people are hanging on. They want to play general knowledge. So we'll go with B in Westchester. Has been hanging for a while. B, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. How you doing, buddy? Yo, B.
Hey, Mike. Hey,
Good,
Hey,
man.
Mike. You there? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we got
Can
you.
you come back to me? I'm sorry. I'm in a call here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's
You're in a
working.
call.
He
All right,
wants to pause it.
Hold on a second. We'll put you on hold here. There you go. Put you on hold.
Well done, though.
And then we'll go to, let's see. Hey, am I still on?
Nick.
There? My microphone went out.
No, you're still on.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
My microphone keeps cutting out. I can't hear myself. All right, there we go.
Nick, I think.
Nick?
would be next.
All right, let's
yeah.
go to Nick. Nick, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Nick,
Hey, good afternoon, Mike, Ray, and Amy.
what's happening, Nick?
Not so much. Just give a quick call. Real quick, just to make a Hall of Fame point. Jason Stark said Ichiro probably gave the funniest Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah.
I like to disagree and said it had to be Mr. Baseball. Bob Uecker gave the funniest Hall of Fame speech.
He gave a Hall of Fame speech?
Bob Uecker,
Yes,
yeah, when he
it
went
was
in as
pretty
an
good.
announcer.
Yeah, it was pretty
It was good.
Oh, he went in as
Ichiro
an
was-
announcer. Yeah.
Ichiro, just the way that he delivered, like
yeah,
it was just.
it was different, the way he delivered it. It was odd.
Yeah, it's definitely different. But yeah, then going back to my point I was calling because I have total faith in Dombrowski. I like the moves he made last year. They just didn't work out. I see where he's going with Hayes, and unfortunately his health played into it. And Estevez was one of the best closers, and that's what you had to add, and that didn't just happen to work out. He doesn't give up much for guys like the Hoppy trade for Marsh. It's close to a push. The two pitchers he gave up along the lines were Ben Brown and Clausen, and they weren't going to be on the mound for you starting anytime soon. So I'm thinking, like, my theory is there's a 2-3 year window because you figure Wheeler won't be here around that time, and I'm pretty sure Dombrowski has his eyes on going to Nashville and passing the torch on to Sam Fold. So I can't see him being aggressive in the next 2 years, but not overly aggressive where they're going to let him, empty the cupboard per se.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's going to bolt to Nashville. Maybe he will, but I think he knows that he's got this foundation team. Like, when's Wheeler going to? Wheeler's got 2 more years before he says he's going to retire. Like, this window is still kind of open for the same guys to return. He's got to bring back Schwarber. He's got to bring back JT. Where are they going to have a difference? Castellanos going to play next year unless they trade him. So maybe they can do a little something in the outfield and add an outfielder and work on that. But the same core is going to be back, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. And I think the best opportunity for this core will be in the next 2 or 3 years. After that, you're just going to have guys getting older. And then going back to like a point that you guys bring up a lot, and I firmly believe in, and I think they have got better at it. You know, they got to just get better developing players, which they were terrible at the past. Like in the past, it was like, we're great for 4 years, and then we're going to suck for the next 12.
Yeah.
And then like that all over again. Like I'd rather not see that happen.
Okay, so you want to preserve the prospects then?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so what kind of deal do you want to make?
The funny thing, like I'm pretty confident what they got now, as crazy as that sounds. Just because, like, you look at teams that win, like World Series heroes, like, you know, who's that? Cody Rawls and Craig Counsell. Like, these aren't like big guys at the time. Like, you need every player, every person on the team is just as important as the guy behind them, the guy in front of them. Be it in your bullpen, be it your starters, be it your lineup. You just need the guys to step up. It's just basically comes down to that. I would love to add a bullpen arm, but I'm not going to sell the form trying to do it. And I just think this year's trade field or whatever you want to call it, it's weak. It's like a weak field.
I don't know if it's a weak field. I think there's guys you can get.
Yeah, I think it's just the cost of which. It's a weak field for like guys you're trying to get on the cheap.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Nick, are you ready for your general knowledge question?
Sure am.
I need you, Nick. All right, we need you. The audience is trailing Ray by big time. So here's the question. Who baptized Jesus?
John the Baptist.
That's correct. That's correct. We got a correct answer.
Luckily, it's in his name.
Hold on a second.
There are some people like, oh, that's why he's called that.
That's a legitimate question, Ray. Don't frown at me.
I mean, that's absurd.
The audience is now trailing 5-3, Ray.
It's like asking, what does Chance the Rapper do for work? He's a hip hop artist.
There are some people that had no idea, though. There's going to be some people.
Ray, here's your question. You could just kind of blow right past this. It doesn't matter that you got it correct if you get answer this correct.
I know, you're so far ahead.
What is the Spanish word for cheese?
For cheese? Queso?
Oh, man. That's right.
Yeah, well, listen, because you go and you're like, would you like some chips and salsa? Yeah. Would you like some queso? The answer is also yes.
I'd love some queso.
Of course I want some queso.
A lot of people think queso is a type of cheese and not the word for cheese.
I mean, you're going to hazard a guess. It's a good guess.
I thought I had it with that one.
You were so excited for me to look like a moron.
He was. Wait. You got to ask him the one that we talked about before when you, for the
music question?
Yeah. Just because we're getting out, like he's lapping the field.
There's no way he gets this.
There was a glimmer in your eye for how stupid I was going to look for that queso question.
Yeah, with the queso question, you slayed it. But the musical acts by letter P. We're going to give you a bonus question here.
Okay.
And Amy wants you to see if you
can
answer this. Who did the songs "I Write Sins, Not Tragedies" and "High Hopes"? Begins with a P.
Begins with a P. Ooh. High Hopes.
We both bet you wouldn't get it.
Yeah, no, this is a good bet by both of you, but let's run this through. High Hopes, unfortunately, like it doesn't start with the P. Sinatra's coming to mind because he does a cover of it, right?
You know the song "I Write Sins, Not Tragedies"? Closing the damn door.
Oh, that's the name of that song?
Yes. That's literally when Mike gave it to me. I started singing that part.
Yes.
Is it Paramore?
No.
No, but it's a good guess.
That's a good guess. It's Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco. Wow.
All right, so we're intact. He wasn't going to get that.
No, I was not going to get that.
Yeah.
But you know
Their
what?
High Hopes is different from Harry Callis / Frank Sinatra.
I thought this was an old
You're
time.
gonna have
Like you guys.
high hopes for a living.
From now on.
I know some Panic at the Disco.
Now on, you get the hardest questions that I have on this board. All right? So, people, I am opening the landscape for the audience here. I will give you questions like, who baptized Jesus? 610-632-0975. The Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Hi, my name is Phil E. And for most of my sports fan life, I've been suffering from
the start of the Phillies alumni weekend, and Friday is the Toyota Wall of Fame night honoring Jimmy Rollins and Ed Wade. Tickets are on sale, but you can score them today because we have 3 correct answers. So it'll be a random drawing between the 3 correct answers as we stand right now.
It's incredible that there's only been 3.
Only 3 correct answers.
But Ray, meanwhile, he didn't even miss one.
Ray has 6. Ray's doubling it up.
He hasn't missed one.
He has.
Me and Jimmy Rollins hanging out together Friday night.
I'm guaranteeing you will miss at least 2 for the rest of the
I feel like the president's one is what you get.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like.
And I think the next question with the artist with the letter P.
Oh.
He's going to get.
Well, he did get Paramore. You don't make sure you take Paramore.
I'm going to go way behind, way back.
Oh, way back.
That's what I thought you were trying to do with me the last time.
I'm going to go way back with him now.
I thought for sure you were going to try and go way back.
I got to take advantage of his young age.
I'll have to go into the recesses of my brain.
All right. So to review here with the Phillies in the trade deadline, will they or will they not make a deal? Jason Stark says they will make a deal. I am not so sure. I really am not. I mean, from all
But
the
you
stuff
think they're going to do something, just not a big deal. You don't think they're going to stand completely pat, right?
No, to me, that's not even a deal. If they get a marginal guy, like that's David Robertson-esque to me. I'm talking about, I don't think they're going to make the splash deal that they need to make. And that's going to be unfortunate. Let's go back to the text board. What's the text board saying?
Paul from Glenside here. Justin Crawford is Johan Rojas that puts the ball in play. Also, I would include Painter in one deal, and that deal is for Mason Miller.
Johan Rojas would never even conceive of hitting 333 in AAA. Justin Crawford's a much better hitter than that guy.
Yeah.
Versace belt.
Right. He puts the ball in play.
It's good OPS.
I just like the one thing that comes to mind here is basically the Stephen Kwan deal that we went earlier. To me, is just trading Justin Crawford for who you hope Justin Crawford is.
Yeah, I think you're like some people have a little when they hear about these guys being untouchable, they have a little PTSD about certain players that used to be that, right? There was a player that burst onto the scene first half of the season, all-star, and then he never came to fruition in any way, shape, or form. But he was untouchable. Don Brown was untouchable.
Yeah, true.
He did not walk a single time in that May 2013. It still baffles me. I bring it up every time, but it's remarkable for a guy that was barely in the baseball like that. He didn't just accidentally walk.
The guys obviously are it's still in play. Eugenio Suarez, I guess, remains a possibility. If they get him and not a relief pitcher, what are we feeling like? Pretty good.
I mean, I feel good because he is such a good hitter, and he's obviously got the power that they're in need of. You know, Jason brought up that great example of the real dearth of home runs in the outfield. But no, I mean, I am just absolutely clenching and white knuckling it in the 8th and 9th inning.
Give me your lineup with Suarez in it.
All right, hold on. Let's write it down.
This is the Amy lineup. This is Amy is channeling.
Where does he bat right now?
Rob
Do we
Thompson.
know? Where does he bat right now? Like, what's he most comfortable in? I don't know where he
He's a
bats.
cleanup hitter for them.
That's well. Then I put him in cleanup.
All right, give me your lineup. Go
all
ahead.
right, so give me Trey, Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Eugenio Suarez, Castellanos. Where am I at? JT Real Muto.
JT hitting 6th.
Where am I at?
Bohm.
Oh wait, shoot, sorry, because he's not in my mind right now. Put Bohm back up.
Where you put
yeah,
Bohm?
sorry. Bohm goes before
Fifth?
Casty. Yeah.
All right, Bohm.
Bohm 5th. Move everybody down. So Casty 6, JT 7.
JT 7.
Marsh and Stott and Marsh.
Stott 8. Marsh 9.
There you go.
2 lefties there.
Well, you can. Yeah. That's a problem I can't solve.
All right, that's solid lineup. Solid,
sorry,
it's a
Alec,
solid
I'm not in
offensive
right
lineup. Solid offensive lineup. Would that overcome the fact that they wouldn't get a Duran or whoever or Helsley?
I mean, no, we talked about this earlier. 6-2 is 6-2 until you get to the 7th inning.
Yeah.
And then it's 6-3, and then you're in the 8th inning, and now it's 6-4, and now I'm
Very formidable protection for Harper.
That's what you need.
Situation.
I get that. you still have people that are giving up runs.
I get it. All right, let's go to Tom in
Yeah, that's
Florida.
just me.
Tom's checking in. Tom, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, Tom?
Great to be with you guys. So here's the thing. The one thing we've noticed over the years is that the Phillies like trading with the same trade partners. I just don't see a trade with Pirates getting done. I don't see the trade getting done with a few of the other opportunities out there. But they've always had trade interest with the Rays. It's always been reciprocal. And we still have elements from the Rays in the organization. I think a Fairbanks trade would be a surprise, and you can throw in a Kevin Jr., the third baseman, and you fill two spots. You got a right hand. He's not a slugger, but it brings in what we need, which at 31 years old, Fairbanks becomes, less expensive for our farm system.
Yeah, he's been so bad this year, though. It's possible he's just hit a wall. Like I don't know if I can acquire a guy who hasn't had success.
Yeah, I tend to be a believer that sometimes these things are in people's heads, not in their body, so to speak. And I think a change in environment for some people can be very beneficial, particularly with our clubhouse. I think players can succeed.
You're not wrong when it comes to that kind of a principle, that maybe a change of scenery turns it around for him. But I don't know. I see a Romano.
I would just add this. I would love to get Suarez, and I think something was talked about yesterday on the show that made a lot of sense, playing him at DH. And that way, and Bryce even mentioned him specifically. Topper mentioned him. So the reality is that means there's been more conversation internally about Suarez than we were led to believe. He's not a third baseman, right? He's not going to improve our defense.
He would definitely be the DH. And I in that situation, one move is more beneficial than moving the various parts around, which you would have to do if you move Bohm.
But to get Suarez, we also need that closer, as you pointed out just a moment ago.
Yeah.
And I would much rather. Unfortunately, some teams like Boston, who we thought would be a trade partner, became competitive, so they're not going to trade anybody. So even their soft parts, they're not going to trade. But ultimately, I would love to get Hensley. He's another guy who needs a change of environment. He's a competitor, and St. Louis is not competing, so he's just not putting out his A game.
You might be right. All right. General knowledge question for you, Tommy.
Yes.
This is musical artist with the letter P. Your question is, In the Air Tonight and Sussudio.
Phil Collins.
That's correct. Hold on a second. There it is, Phil Collins. The audience creeps up, gets one. Now, Ray, it's time for you. Ray, let's go with this one here. Every rose has its thorn, an unskinny bop.
Crap.
Every rose has its thorn. A rock ballad.
Yes.
I think they used to call them power ballad.
Power ballad.
Oh, crap. I hope my dad's not listening. He's going to kill me. I don't know. Pink Floyd. I got nothing.
Oh, that's painful.
That's incorrect. Poison.
Poison.
That's painful. It's not painful that you didn't know Poison, whatever, but it's painful that you thought it was Pink Floyd.
Well, that's the only P that I could get from the 80s.
Yeah, the only P rock.
They weren't in the. They were more of a 70s band, Pink Floyd.
Yeah, they were
to
70s. We got it up in the
I don't really remember Pink Floyd. Poison.
I remember.
That is amazing.
I used to listen to
Wow, they're active from
with a
1960.
needle in my arm. That's how I used to listen to Pink Floyd.
Oh, that's aggressive. That took a turn.
It's also embellished.
I hope so.
610.
My parents were listening. None
They
were
were?
happy.
Oh, I hate it.
Really? Was your dad a big Poison fan?
Just I know that song's been like that's a song that came on the radio, and I was like, we're leaving this station on.
Ah,
So my parents are big
the
fan of
parental
the
units
song.
loved Poison.
Who doesn't?
Or the song. I don't
Bret
know if Poison
Michaels?
specifically.
Bret Michaels with the bandana. And then he was on that show. What
He was on
show?
Rock of Love or something.
yeah.
Because it was followed up Flavor Flav's one.
Yes.
Flavor of Love.
Yes, Flavor of Love.
Those are probably the last reality dating shows I watched. It's been a long time, but they were classic.
Find Bret Michaels a date. I don't think he could get one. He took that bandana off though. He was bald.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that he
balding.
he had extensions or something like that. I don't know.
610-632-0975.
He wears more eyeliner than I do, so.
We're back after this.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Something already happened here. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We're less than 36 hours away from the Major League Baseball trade deadline. Plenty of rumors. We're just getting the latest from Mark Feinstein that the Guardians are reportedly trying to move Stephen Kwan, who is the subject of today's Let's Fake a Deal. We'll keep you updated as things happen with the Phillies. We already spoke to Hall of Famer Jason Stark earlier on in the show about the Phillies trade deadline, his weekend in Cooperstown. You can catch that conversation one more time on our website, 975thefanatic.com. A potential target for the Phillies could be outfielder Luis Robert, who went 1 for 3 last night. The Phillies win over the White Sox 6-3. Jesus Luzardo threw 7 scoreless. Brandon Marsh and Kyle Schwarber both homered in the win. They're going to try to win the series today at 2:10, weather pending, with Taijuan Walker on the mound. We also spoke to Larry Bowa in the 11 o'clock hour about the passing of his good friend and Baseball Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg. You can catch that conversation one more time on our website, 975thefanatic.com. Eagles with a closed walkthrough today as training camp continues. Jalen Hurts spoke to the media yesterday about the offense and how it's coming along.
When you're implementing new philosophical bases in a system, it's important to go out there, get reps in it. Right now, we're in a time where we're just making things our own.
We'll keep you updated with everything going on at camp. This update is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Learn more at mbusa.com/dream. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic.
127, Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. Amy Fadul sitting in with me today. Phillies and the White Sox are going to be delayed because of rain, apparently, Amy. Is that what the word is out there in Chicago?
Yeah, the White Sox tweeted out with the impending weather, meaning I'm sure that they're looking at the radar and seeing a lot of green and other colors coming in. They said they were starting in delay. They do not have information.
Good thing we don't want to burn Taijuan Walker out before he actually gets to the mound.
Very important.
The Phillies with Taijuan Walker, Ray, minus 150. Now, I won the $2 million last night. I doubled up my $1 million loss. Took the Phils last night, won in a walk. So tonight, Taijuan Walker at minus 150. I'm not feeling that strong about it.
I liked the runs more than I liked that.
The run line is 9.5 over under on runs.
So we're all betting the over?
That's what I literally said. I'll take the over.
All right.
Well, I mean, the White Sox are so feeble. Maybe Taijuan Walker throws 5 good innings.
And then that bullpen comes in. Then you got.
But the bullpen against the White Sox.
David Robert
looks a little better.
Did it? He let up 3 runs.
Yeah, well, against the White Sox, I don't.
Exactly, against the White Sox.
While we're setting lines on things, just a thing that's popped into my head recently, because we've talked about Luzardo going to the pen. Who do you think makes whose last start of the season comes at a later date? Jesus Luzardo or Taijuan Walker?
Luzardo.
Yeah, Luzardo.
So you think?
Because you think they're going to move him?
The obvious answer here.
You think they're going to move him to the?
Would you want the first time that he comes out of the bullpen to be in a postseason
I see
game?
What you're saying.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Last night he had to go back to the windup just to get out of the first inning against the White Sox.
It would have to be a clean inning, but I'm okay with that.
I'm just interested to see as to whether or not they're going to roll with him in the 5 all the way to the end of the season.
That's a good question. To get him acclimated?
Yeah.
They didn't do that to Ranger Suarez.
He's the Ranger. Nothing bothers
Ranger
that guy.
had done that before, though.
Yeah, he'd been in the pen before. When's the last time Luzardo pitched out of the bullpen? Ever? Has he ever done?
Minors? It's just it's a thought process here.
No, it's a good question.
I see what you're saying.
Over the last 24 hours.
By the way, Mark Feinsand is reporting the Guardians are trying to move Kwan.
Of course they are.
Wow.
Their other guy they tried to move is. I was trying to explain to Shawnee why they're investigating him because I was reading in the reports. It's very nuanced is maybe the wrong word, but it's very deep divey. It's about waste pitches and it's very interesting. And it was interesting to me that he was put on. It's still paid, and I'm sure that's something to do with the collective bargaining and players, whatever. But how are you proving that? The waste pitches and the warm up pitches, and I don't know. I thought that was a really.
It is very difficult to prove, and they're opening themselves up to a lawsuit.
And that's the thing. Maybe that's why they're having him be paid because they can't.
All right, let's go. Is B ready yet or no? I guess not.
Yeah, I mean that was 20 minutes ago. He should be.
Take a risk.
Let's give it
let's take a shot. B, are you ready?
Yeah, Mike, I'm here. That's all about that.
That's all right. We didn't know how long your meeting was going, but go ahead.
Now we got to work sometimes, Mike.
I hear you.
I don't have a €9 million inheritance. No, but to reiterate on the trade talk, so are we saying if they do not make a move as a fan base, are we supposed to be outraged by that? Is that what we're saying, or they can't contend for a World Series? Is that sort of the consensus here?
I don't think they're good enough to contend to win a World Series if they don't.
If there's nothing,
they do nothing.
That bullpen.
Now you might be. I don't know. You think differently?
Well, you got these starting pitchers that you're throwing out in a short series. I mean, if you're throwing Wheeler and then Sanchez, Ranger, I mean, whoever it
Even
is,
if you're doing that, though, B, you need to get 9 outs because chances are, Wheeler will get you maybe to the 8th, but can you count anybody else getting you to the 8th? Well, due respect to their pitching ability, you still have to key outs in the 7th inning sometimes.
No, I do agree with that, but I think that, and I like the quote you played earlier from Middleton from that era, the 07 through 2012 era, where they made all the big splash moves and they sold the farm, but it still wasn't enough to get you over the hump in big games. 2011, they got the big bat. They got Hunter Pence, who was under team control, And what did it take in the playoffs? It was Cliff Lee giving up a 4-run lead, a guy that you've been counting on all year. So I think in the playoffs in a short series, anything can happen. What I need is these guys in the offense. I don't need, 4 guys collectively in a slump where they're up there, and I don't know what it is. They're getting in the batting box with the clenched cheeks, or they're squeezing the bat too hard. Whatever stupid cliche you want to use, that's been more of the problem. Not necessarily the bullpen in my eyes, but I do agree, and I blame Dombrowski, by the way, for this bullpen situation because they tried to go cheap with Romano, and I don't know why. Why are we going cheap with a back end bullpen guy from a monetary standpoint? And then the Alvarado thing was just a complete botching. For now, he's just out. But I think I need the offense to be who they're supposed to be.
I got you. All right.
Well, and lately they have been.
Yeah.
And you have to continue. And then why can't you, since you have this surplus of starting pitching, why can't you stack starters where in like a game 3 of a playoff series? Why can't you? And I know they're not going to do it. This is barroom chatter, but you have a guy gives you 4 or 5 innings, and then you have somebody else comes in to close out the other 4 or 5 innings. Why is that?
That's not what they.
It's
you
not
can't.
that easy to do.
Yeah.
Like you can't have a guy warm up
You're
in
paying,
the bullpen.
but you're paying. You would pay for it down the stretch, right? You'd pay for it in the next series or the next.
Yeah,
you couldn't do that.
They're not. Yeah,
because you can't time it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're saying like, why wouldn't you have like Aaron Nola go 3 innings and then
throws off their routine?
Yeah, it's just this guy. That's not what they're used to. They're out there. They're stretched out. They're ready to go. Hell, some of them are ready to go 8 or 9, but certainly 7.
All right, man. You ready for your general knowledge?
I see.
We're in presidents. Presidents trivia. What 3 presidents were elected in the 1920s? Just give me one. Give me one president who was elected in the 1920s.
1920s?
The one guy was in office during the Great Depression.
FDR?
Nope. Sorry, bro. You're out, B. That would be Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge, and correct. Herbert Hoover is correct. You were just throwing that out there. And
no, I was singing my song in my head. That's how I know it. Warren Harding,
the song.
Herbert Hoover.
All right, Ray, this is a good question.
Right. D. Eisenhower, John Kennedy. I sing the whole song.
Ray? Let me see. I got this. This is a measure this one up for you here. I lost the question.
Oh, no. Is it a president's one?
It's a president's question, but it was a really good one. Whose last name is a city with a population of greater than 100,000? There are 5 presidents so named. Give me 3 of them.
Okay, Washington.
That's one.
Over 100,000?
Over 100,000.
Gosh, I'm really going to bank on one of these middle America cities being bigger than I anticipate. Let's go Lincoln.
Lincoln, Nebraska is correct.
All right. And then one more for that. Let's go with... I don't want to go with this guy, though. I really don't. Oh... But if I can't come up with it, you said there were 5 of them?
5.
5, where the president...
The last name is a city with a population of more than 100,000. You got Washington, and you got Lincoln.
I got Lincoln. I really don't want to do this, but I think I'm going to have to end up doing it. All right. No. Come on. Who else is a president back in the day?
How much time are we going to give you here? I can read War and Peace by the time you answer this question.
I'm sorry. I'm rolling through all the presidents.
Jesus, I'm giving you leeway.
Jefferson City.
There you go.
Jefferson City? Incorrect.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to think of another president.
Sorry, Ray, you got one wrong.
Oh, he missed his first one.
Cleveland.
Oh, no, you didn't. You missed Pink Floyd.
Cleveland, as in Grover Cleveland. Jackson, as in Jackson, Mississippi. And Madison, as in Madison, Wisconsin.
I was thinking Jackson Hole. I was like, there's no way that's bigger than 100,000 people. Jackson, Mississippi. I forgot.
All right, we're coming down.
Not a country music fan, are you?
Ray? did not get it right, but neither did
Johnny
the
Cash
audience. So
weeps for you.
Ray still leads 6-4 with 3 calls on hold. We'll see if it can happen after this.
Philly fans, you are the best sports fans.
Missanelli Show, 97.5, The Fanatic. Ray Dunn, shocking the world today with 6 answers correct. The audience
Right now he's the Phillies. He's up
4
6-0,
answers
but
correct.
their bullpen's creeping back in.
Unbelievable. Anyway, Ray, nice job today. You could lose, however, because we have 3 calls still on hold. And if all 3 get it correctly, you lose.
Assuming I don't get another one right.
Correct.
I'm making sure of that.
So I feel like that's...
By the way.
We could take this into court, and this is no longer a fair game. You're ensuring that I get it wrong.
Well, I'm ensuring that I'm going to be a tougher question.
I don't know. You just did say. I have it on the record that you said that you're ensuring that I get them wrong.
Well, I'm assuming you're going to get them wrong.
I'm going to judge to make sure that I get to see Jimmy Rollins on Friday night.
You have 2 lifelines. Or 1.
Oh, I still have 2 lifelines. That's a good point. I haven't used my lifelines in a while.
You haven't, and it's up to the discretion of the commissioner to
Oh,
allow a
that's true.
lifeline.
I was going to say. He might not.
So in the meantime, go back to the phones. Talk to Drew. Drew and Conshohocken. Drew, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Drew.
Hey, Mike, this is a great show, and between Jason Stark and Amy being on the show, my head's all over the place with what the Phillies should give up here. I've been digging a little bit into Justin Crawford. Do you think he projects to be like his father or Kenny Lofton?
Probably more Kenny
Lofton.
Yeah. But I'm
Carl
okay.
Crawford had a little
I'm
bit
okay
more
with
pop.
that. I like the diversity that a guy like that would give you in a lineup. You know, he doesn't have to be a home run hitter.
If the answer is yes to both those players, I can't give up on the guy, especially for a
Not going to be his father. His father had more pop.
Yeah, his father hit home runs. He's not a home run hitter,
Yeah.
but he gets on base. He obviously steals. Plays a great. I mean, to me, he plays Golden Glove defense in center field. There's no doubt in my mind that he could translate into that level defensively.
All right. So then, to me, unless we get something like the two guys out of Oakland, Miller and Rooker,
that's not going to happen.
If I'm correct, those guys are under control till 2030.
Rooker hasn't even been mentioned over the last several days, so he's probably
I
not.
feel like that was more like last year.
Yeah.
You heard his name. I haven't heard it really much
I don't
this
think
year.
they're going to trade him.
But yeah, Mason Miller was a popular name last year. Another popular name. They are under control for a while, but I think that would be a hefty price.
They need a launching period when they make that move. So maybe they'd like to keep those guys.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're trying to. I don't know what they're doing as far as where they're going to actually end up, because I guess they're going to end up in Vegas. But the idea is that they would have like a lot of prospects and try to build something out there. Yeah. But that's not a winning franchise.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you want to do, Drew?
I want to get Duran, and I know the guy's only hitting, my ideal weight of 205 with Robert Jr. out in Chicago.
Yeah.
If we can get him for
Jason
for
doesn't want
50K.
him either. Jason starts that out.
Well, you already have a guy in the outfield hitting 205.
Yeah. Yep.
Actually, he's not even hitting 205. I think he's hitting 201.
So you want Duran, huh? Her name is Maria.
I think so.
She dances on-
Yeah, I think that's the guy.
All right, man. You got it. All right, your general knowledge question. You need to get it correct. Okay?
Okay.
This is the general knowledge category. What is the best-selling brand of American motorcycles?
I'm going to go with Harley Davidson.
You are correct, sir.
Take that, Ray.
Hold on.
Wow.
All right, hold on 1 second. There's Drew. Drew gets it right, so that's 5.
What's the most popular
6 to
baseball team
5.
in Philly?
6 to 5.
I think you'd be hard pressed to name there are 3 motorcycle companies. Name 2 of them. Not named.
Harley Davidson.
From in America.
Yeah. It's a Harley.
Triumph would be.
It's a Harley Davidson or nothing.
Yeah. Come on.
I'm Ray Dunn here.
You're
for
not
Harley
casting
Davidson.
aspersions on the commissioner. The commissioner doesn't like that.
The commissioner's going to punish you.
Your insolence is not well received here.
This is the most prominent back and forth between a commissioner and a guy in Philly this week.
Pretty good, Ray.
Thank you.
Here's your question.
I'll be here the rest of the show.
Yeah.
What airline was started by Richard Branson?
What?
I didn't see her do anything.
I literally put my hands up because I thought, I have to just not do anything. I can't do anything. I can't even look at Mike, apparently. I just keep my head down. But people make fun of me on the chat when I keep my head down. They think I'm not paying attention. So I'm trying to look up, but I look over.
You know what you did. You know what you did. Stop it. Ray?
I mean, I can't go to her now because that's going to be struck down.
The commissioner has ruled against it.
I don't know.
Because Amy had the big smile on her face.
I always have a smile on my face.
That's true. She does.
I do.
That's
I'm
a
a very
point.
smiley person.
No, don't try to con the commissioner. Ray?
American.
That's so bad.
No, Ray.
Virgin
Atlantic, Ray.
American.
Sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry. I missed the class in school.
Richard
when we
Branson
started.
is?
No.
Come on.
It's super wealthy.
Yes.
Sorry. I hang out with the common folk.
That's true. Ray's more of a frontier spirit guy.
More of a who's paying for the airline type of guy.
Fly your own.
Let's go to Joe in Northeast Philly. Joe, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Joe.
What's up, Mike? I just want to start off
You didn't really put $1 million on the Phillies the other night, did you?
Yes, I did. $1 million.
Dude, you're nuts. You're crazy.
And I went on the street to get $2 million to play him on him last night.
Yeah.
I went on the street for it.
I sweated out when I put $100 on them.
No, I didn't put $1 million, obviously. That's an embellishment.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. But dude, that would be funny as hell if you did though. Real quick, really great bounce back. I think for Jesus Luzardo after that just absolute meltdown the other night or in his last start. I really do think that he's gonna be okay going forward from here. He seems like he fixed whatever mechanical issues he had. On another note though, I wasn't loving the last start from Sanchez or from Wheeler. I'm not really worried about it, but because of just of how
I'm slightly worried about Sanchez because I've seen it before. I'm not worried about Wheeler. But it was a good darn thing he got to spend the All-Star break at home so he could rest for the second half, though. That was nice of him. Yeah.
But, yeah, that's it for me. Whatever. Hit me
All
with
right,
the
bro. Here we go. Musical acts that begin with the letter P. Here's the Fight the Power. Fight the Power. And 9/11 or 911 is a joke. They're the two songs. Who did them? Come on, man. Fight the Power.
Oh, my God.
From the movie Do the Right Thing.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Radio Raheem.
Right.
Fight the Power.
Public Enemy.
That's correct. Public Enemy is correct, Joe. Hold on a second. All right, Ray.
Wait. I got 2 pages left in War and Peace.
I'm going to look down. I'm not going to smile.
Every breath you take. And Roxanne.
I mean, I'm going right to Amy on this.
It's the police.
Oh, he's saved by Amy. Saved by Amy.
I didn't look at anybody. I didn't say anything.
Saved by Amy. Roxanne. 7-6.
Good songs.
There's a great drinking game. You can either one side of the room drinks when they say Roxanne, and the other side drinks when it rhymes with light. You don't last very long.
Really?
Think about the end of it. Put on the red light.
Yeah.
Roxanne.
Of course, that made famous in 48 Hours, the movie. With Eddie Murphy singing it in the jail cell.
Oh, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
It was singing Roxanne when Nick Nolte came in to get him. You know the movie, right?
I do. I remember there was a Saturday Night Live skit where Sting was the guest or in the host or whatever, and maybe it was both. And Chris Farley was in an elevator with him, and he kept trying to sing, and Kevin Nealon, they kept trying to sing the songs to him.
Oh,
and he was like,
yeah,
you're right. You're like, you're
Sting.
Sting. Yeah, he's like, yeah, Roxanne.
That was a good routine that Chris Farley did. That was always funny.
He was like, do you know him? They would all start to sing it really softly. It's funny.
All right, let's go to Brendan in Harrisburg. Check it in. Brendan might be our last caller. Brendan, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, Brendan?
Hey, what's up, Mike?
How you
what's
doing?
Up, Ray? What's up, Amy? I'm doing good. Can you guys hear me good?
We got you.
All right. I'm in a stairwell at work. I work in the Capitol Complex, Mike, so if I get in trouble trying to win Phillies tickets, you tell Josh and Juniata.
That's awesome. Unless you got reception in that stairwell. I like it.
No, I don't play around. But, hey, so I really wanted Rooker, and I really wanted Miller from Oakland. I know it's probably not on the table. It's just rare the Phillies actually have legitimate prospects to actually trade. So I was all for getting rid of 4 of the 5 to bring in 2 big pieces like that. I do think that the Phillies need a right-handed bat more than they need pitching. If Nola comes back and is half anything, that's kind of like a trade deadline acquisition. And, you move Luzardo to the, late inning, high velocity relief that Alvarado could have provided. I think he could fill that role a little bit. So you do whatever you got to do to get Suarez. You've got Bryce Harper asking for him. You just make the move. You trade, anybody that's not top 5, I would say, prospect-wise. You trade Abel and anybody else like that for Suarez.
I would do the same.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I'm going to bite the bullet and have Kyle Schwarber play left field for me.
Cool. And hey, I was listening earlier, too. Sorry, I was listening earlier, too. I don't know what that guy was talking about. Mike, you are a good-looking guy.
Oh, see there.
Going on out there, too.
Well, thank you very much.
This guy's he's risking his job right now.
I appreciate.
I feel like he should
was really nice.
move to the head of the list
Talking
for the ticket.
He's on a low tone out there.
Wait, see, listen.
He's in the stairwell.
He's in the
with a low tone.
stairwell.
Brendan, I appreciate your zeal in making this phone call. Here's your question: name a valid president that is a namesake of one of the 50 busiest airports in the United States. There are 3 of them. Reagan would be one of them. You got to give me 2 at least.
How many are there?
3. There's 3.
Oh wow.
Oh man,
That's
all
a
right.
tough one.
Let me think. Washington. No.
Was Reagan's vice president one of them?
Yes.
Yeah, that's in Houston, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
George H.W. Bush and the granddaddy of them all. JFK.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed that.
I can't believe it either, bro. But thanks,
The
Brendan.
pressure in the heat of the stairwell.
It's the stairwell that got
the
to
pressure.
him.
The
well
stairwell.
done. Well done call, though.
Guess what's coming up next? Unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
Stay tuned for that. Amy, was a pleasure. Thanks
This
for
was so
coming
much
in.
fun.
We'll have another show tomorrow, I believe. Right? Thanks. Thank you for
Well
all
done,
your
Ray.
contributions.
Hey,
You
thanks.
won the contest today. Congratulations. Play the applause button as we go out. Everybody have a great rest of the night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.